Hello, welcome to the KBeatBot Podcast, the worst podcast in the world, as said by our friend, Ciaran Maxwell. Today I'm joined by a couple of friends of mine. If you want to introduce yourselves, we'll start off with Ron.
I thought I was introducing Joe.
You go ahead, Ron. I'm going to do the introduction of you, but you have to introduce Joe.
Please. Okay. Well, we've got Joe sitting here. Been here with us for 4 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a great addition to the team.
Half my life.
4 years?
I think about 4
How long
years.
has this podcast been going?
Way before it got recorded, thankfully. Joe's here. He's looking well.
What's his last name?
Morlin.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Joseph Morlin.
Well, it's not just me, Ron. We also have, as you've already heard, Calvin Beatty, the man who has a record, actually, in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most parking tickets in Andy Murray's parking space in, I don't know, Wellington or wherever he's from. I'm not quite sure. Dublin, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's a shoot. Jeez. So, he's a record holder.
That's a shoot. You say that's a shoot? That's the worst thing I've ever.
He's got a reputation, so Calvin Beatty, glad to be here. Glad to be with you. Ron, you're good too.
Thank you, Joseph Morlin. I'm going to introduce my friend Ron. Ron, he's been mentioned many times.
Most of this is bullshit.
Ron's a nice guy. So Ron has been mentioned many times in the podcast about fabricating his height. He says he is 6'4".
He brought a tape measure here today.
We have a tape measure with us today.
It's fabricated.
But on starting this podcast today, we're going to have an activity. And the first activity, if you see, gentlemen, you have some some pieces of paper and some pens. I will get my piece of paper as well. So there's a joke on this podcast and in our group that Ron's height is exaggerated, okay? So for the duration of this podcast today, you need to get a blank piece of paper, not this one.
Oh man.
Okay? So what I want you to do is to get a pen and to write down what you think Ron's height will be at the end of the podcast, okay? And during the podcast, we are going to try and exaggerate his height so much, but you can only exaggerate 2 inches at a time.
Oh,
so,
there's rules.
So if someone says 6 foot, you have to say either 6'2" or 5'10" below, or 6'11",
Okay.
or 5'11", and then whoever's closest wins a point.
Okay. A pint.
A point or a pint.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Forget the O. It's not school, Ron. You don't have to use the lines.
And put your name on it as well, so we know who's obviously there's only 3 of us.
Okay.
I think it's going to be quite evident. Someone who doesn't use lines.
Ron, while we're doing this, what is your actual height?
The actual height is 6'3.5" inches.
And what is it on Tinder?
6'4".
How many is that in centimeters?
You always 192, I think.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's not attractive.
6'4" is 191.
No.
Yeah, 188 is 6'2".
Let's round up, let's round up, shall we?
Okay, so just write down the height, and then whoever gets at the end will get a point. For anyone listening, there is a point board. We have got games during the podcast where Ron and Joe are going to compete for glory.
I'm quite competitive.
You are.
You are. That's why he's going to be 25 foot tall.
I'm keeping it
So
reasonable.
scratch him up and then just put him somewhere on the table.
I'm keeping it reasonable, by the way.
What?
I'm keeping it reasonable with his numbers. I don't know if he's reasonable, so.
Thank you. Okay, so we both know why we're here.
Oof.
We're discussing.
We drew the short shot.
Yeah, you don't want to be here. They're being paid. So you know why we're here. Today we're going to be talking about 2020. It's been a great year, isn't it, boys?
It's been alright. It's not been bad, you know.
And that's the end of the podcast. Well, there we go. Thanks, guys. No, we were talking about 2020, giving it a review, and just see what we think about it all. And you've got some topics, Joe. Ron, you've got some topics. I've got nothing. I'm just going to counter everything. And do you know Ron is 6'6"?
Okay.
See, this is how it's going to go.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you want to start off 2020? How do you want us to start off by talking about it? Do you want to talk about the big elephant in the room?
I think the big elephant in the room is I left school in 2013 and got a Leavers hoodie for that. Calvin Beatty left school in 2007 and is still wearing his Leavers hoodie for some reason.
It's a good Leavers hoodie, okay?
No, it's fucking not.
It's a good video.
His name's on it 6 times.
Ron, what was the name of the school you went to? You don't have to say the real name, but just like look at me to see if I can tell you if you're lying or not.
St. Thomas of Aquin's RC High School.
It's a lot of names.
It's fine. It's right next to a sexual health clinic.
What?
Yeah, I don't think that's relevant, Ron.
It was for some people.
I don't think some people. Okay, I mean that's relevant to the later topic that we're going to get into.
Sexual health clinic.
No, some people. How Ron likes to refer to them. So.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I know, he's right.
You're 6'8", so
You can't. Surely there must be a rule about turns.
that's what I said. 2 inches. So you can put it up or down anytime.
Well, you know what? Sexual health aside, the first big thing that did happen this year was we almost broke out into war. World War III. Remember?
Oh, with Iran.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah. Ron, that's terrifying for people like us because we could be drafted. You're fine, but we could be drafted.
What the fuck are you saying?
Because Ron and I. Actually,
I'd go into like an officer role.
What?
You can see how excited he is about this. He goes, World War III.
Yay!
My ancestors will be so proud.
Control. I could genuinely avoid the draft because my feet are slightly off balance because I have an enlarged big toe. Genuinely. I could escape the draft. This is a real thing. No,
So why you escape the draft? And why am I escaping the draft? What are you saying about me now?
okay, you're escaping the draft for reasons not needed
What?
to be
I've
stated.
got a big nose? What are you saying?
You have an underlying condition.
What's that?
I don't want to reveal prep.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Okay, diabetes. Yeah. You're gonna die of beaties if you don't. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Whereas I have poor
That's the
balance.
worst
You know,
part
my
ever.
feet are a little fucked up. You know, so I don't.
So Ron's gonna be fucked one then if he's going to war.
Well, it depends what you mean by fucked because it sounds like he's pretty happy about this.
In my ivory tower.
So we're really lamenting over the fact that Ron, your career opportunities were cut completely short this year because
Britain did not join Donald Trump in attacking Iran.
more or less, yeah.
They haven't attacked Iran though. He only
But they were
attacked
going
one
to.
cell, didn't he, or something?
They killed like a prestigious commander.
Yeah.
Who-
Yeah.
Reddit was frothing over.
Quafine or something his name was?
Watch your language, Ron. Be careful. What's his name? I actually don't know.
Something Quafine, I think. I looked it up.
Well, rest in
Last
peace. You
time.
tried your hardest to get Ron a good job, but didn't work out.
The one thing Boris Johnson did well, he said no to bombing Iran.
Maybe for us, but not for you.
It's been 7 minutes in and he's already mentioned his dad. Okay. See if they did have a World War III, okay? It wouldn't be like World War I and II though. They wouldn't be sending people into trenches.
Third one's always the worst, yeah.
There's never been a World War.
No, Spider-Man, Shrek, Pirates of the Caribbean. The third one.
No, but as in like the state of warfare has changed so much. You don't
Sure.
have bodies now. They've got nuclear missiles. They have ships. They have
Oh, of course.
So you wouldn't be drafted as much.
Now you have DLC in real life. You know, the wars aren't simple anymore. So people have.
You'd be drafted into like factories to be making shit.
See, Ron's already going straight for industry. This is so German of him.
Maintaining the economy throughout. That's the most important part.
No.
If it did break out, who would your bet be on to win?
Against Iran.
Yeah.
Do they have nuclear weapons though? They have nuclear technology.
Pretty sure. I don't know. They did it 20 years ago when Bush was probing them. That was Iraq, wasn't it?
It's all up.
That was like the
was
box of Iraq.
the entire
That wasn't even a country then.
I was just put your finger in the map.
Yeah, he looked at a map and said, everything further of, what's that, London? Everything further from there, bad news.
But if you look at conspiracy into that, it was all Vice President Cheney. that did
Dick
all
Cheney,
that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Cheney's a fucking psycho though.
Big dick, yeah.
Did he shoot his lawyer in the face?
Yeah, he's fucking mental.
he was like pigeon shooting in the
Oh,
lake.
yeah.
And he's like looking
No, it was
out
like-
an
it was
open
like-
field
it
and he
was
just
like
turned around to just shot his lawyer.
It was a governor of Texas who then apologized.
For being shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like, I'm sorry for being in the way.
Bush is a really nice painter, though. He paints his dog over and over again. The same dog, similar to another man that Ron's very familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of vegetarian man.
Is that you?
Ron is not a Nazi.
Is that how you? No, wait, you know
But
what
he
he
is
said? He was
6'8", so-
Okay, hold on. We were making a Hitler connotation, not a Nazi connotation.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's about bloodline. It's not. Oh, that sounds bad context. But you know what I mean.
Ron is going to walk away from this. He's going to be like, I can't take this anymore.
Ron, you're of Irish and Scottish
Descent.
descent. I was going to use a different word, but ancestry. It sounds more formal. So you're not related in any way to the bad man, as they call him.
No, there's no Austrian.
Well, good, because he was a real jerk. So I'm glad. I'm glad you have nothing to do with him.
You're
we're
much
just
closer to him than I am, Joe.
We're just no. I'm all Scottish. I'm all Scottish and Irish and a
Oh,
bit
you're Spanish.
and a bit Spanish and a tiny little bit of
So
Indian
he went
actually
from,
as well.
I went from I'm all Scottish to Irish
No,
there's some like Irish
there's a
there.
bit-
Because of Christmas now, his dad didn't give him anything, so he's like, oh fuck, I'm not Spanish anymore.
There's a wee bit of Spanish, and if you go far back, and it was actually a bit of Indian too. Real.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying about
Yeah,
that.
real story. Yeah.
Yeah.
My granddad was Anglo-Indian, so I'm like, what, 1/24th Indian or something? It's not even worth talking about, but it's in there.
That's racist.
So you know what? In a conversation about relevant, sensitive issues, technically I have the high ground. Not to mention Star Wars again, but I have the high ground because I relate to them.
Cultural appropriation.
Yes, I'm the authority out of the three of us because none of us have anything to say about it. But if
You don't ask me about my ancestry, okay?
well, let me guess, Welsh, Scottish.
Yeah.
Like the three of us are probably the worst people that could ever talk about cultural appropriation issues.
Three young white guys.
Yeah, like
in Britain.
we have zero authority, but of the three of us, by default I have the most. And by that I'm gonna say nothing because I still have none.
We can't sit.
Well, exactly, we
We don't have a ground to stay on.
We don't.
Yeah.
I'm just setting the hierarchy
Maybe we
straight.
should let ourselves be discriminated.
What do you mean?
So obviously, in the past, you had and now cultures have been appropriated and they've been abused and discrimination. I think white guys should be beaten up by black cops,
I mean,
and then we can then be like, you know what?
I don't know if that's gonna correct anything, but I'll say this much:
That'll be funny for some
it
people.
is upsetting that there's no. It is upsetting that there's no even ground. There's no slur for white person that's actually offensive. That's a shame.
Yeah, we don't feel offense in that.
That's a shame. There should I wish there was.
Was it crackers like the
Honky.
honky?
Honky. You never heard that before.
No,
No,
not wonky.
no, like there's no historically important like awful slur for white people. That's a shame. We deserve one.
But is that also because it's not come into our because we are white? We wouldn't be in the context of using it.
No,
Yeah.
it's because of the power dynamic there, which is why it's fucked up. Like fuck.
But also, if you were brought up in a neighborhood that wasn't white populated or white majority, we wouldn't have any like vocabulary for that. So maybe that's why we don't think there's anything. There probably is. We just don't see anything.
That's just a shame. People can't really cut deep with it. I mean, I suppose that the slur is the easiest way to offend someone. It basically means that you're not actually committing to.
I think the only way to relate to it would be like if you have a defect, let's say, so you're fat, and people at school call you fat, and your father and mother were fat, okay? When you're looking at Ron, I'm saying this. Ron's not a bully, okay?
No.
Oh no, he used to be a bit chubby, but okay. No.
He's called me Eiffel Tower.
But if you're called fat and your whole life and it torments you, some people accept and they think it's great, but if it torments you, then when you hear fat and someone calling you it or your family it, that will be sensitive to you.
Sure, of course.
And that'll be the same with other people if you call them by the slurs that we call them. But I think white people definitely don't have that kind of boundary. If some black guy comes up to me and calls me a cracker, I'm like, what, Jacobs? So what I'm about like what?
No, yeah,
it's not. It doesn't offend me.
It's totally it's unbalanced. It's totally unbalanced.
Yeah, but it's life goes on. This is a good 2020 review.
It's relevant. This is a 1796 review.
We got the bell, by the way, so that changes the subject.
Fantastic.
I mean, I'm not saying we have to change the subject.
We should.
Okay.
We're getting into dangerous territory.
So talk about dangerous territory. Australia was on fire.
Danger zone.
Danger. Australia was on fire in January.
Yeah.
Then was California.
So that's half the world.
Literally half the world.
I've seen a map of Earth. That's true.
Of Earth.
Of Earth.
Of Earth.
You've probably seen a scaled off version. There's a conspiracy that in schools.
What's the conspiracy?
Right, no.
Alright.
It's like Greenland is
Dan
massive.
Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Greenland is massive, but on every world map is misproportioned to make America look bigger and Britain look bigger.
Oh, they said that with Africa as well.
Yeah,
So
Africa's like
that,
fucking
again, they relate
enormous.
that to racism as well.
Yeah.
That's fucking
And
enormous.
it's like
yeah.
teaching like kids from nursery up to secondary school that they're more important because they live in a bigger country.
It's gentrification.
Whereas Greenland is massive. Like there's not much population, but it's massive.
There's also the world map is showing UK as the centre.
Greenland has the highest suicide rate in the
But
world.
it is though, because Greenwich Mean Time, they've decided on that. Have they not?
Yeah, we decided on
Or is
that.
that
Greenwich is
Yeah, but the world work off that.
the world doesn't have to work off what we decide the time zone to. It's physics. We can't decide what the time is.
Okay, yeah.
So we can't just say like the UK is the centre of the world.
Do you think the guy who made the first clock was just like, yeah, that's about right?
Yeah, literally took like frozen rock. That took about 1 second.
Actually, Clarice, my boss, it's 3 o'clock according to the free people, so I'm not late.
But these are interpretations that we have to go by. But you know, they are objectively wrong. Not wrong, but
Objectively wrong.
KeyRon. Ron's getting abused.
No. He's
Do you know how tall Ron is?
Just these.
6'8".
Hey, he's 6'8".
Yeah, he's about 6'8". Yeah.
Stop growing, that's great.
He's stunted. He's got all this abuse. He's just like shriveling.
He just started puberty until you were 21.
Just beat me back down to 6'6".
How old are you now, Ron?
25. At my birthday.
Stephen, our good friend, who's never been on the podcast, but hopefully
He listens to every single one.
Well, Stephen, if you're listening, you told me once that you met Ron when he was 17. I realize that's impossible now because that was 8 years ago. He told me that you started working at Soba when you were 8.
It might have been.
I worked with Stephen.
You were 17 when you started working at Soba.
18. So I birthday's October.
Holy
And I
fuck.
started in April.
Okay, so
Yeah.
wow.
So
Never mind.
I met Stephen very
I
young.
retract my comment.
He was young as well.
You don't know his age. Even if he doesn't have an age.
He doesn't know.
Just trying to be nice to the boy.
I went out into the Castorphin forest and I saw a very old statue that resembled his face. So that's
Stephen.
yeah.
What do you mean it resembled his face?
As in it looked exactly like him.
How does it resemble exactly like Stephen?
It looked exactly like him.
Are you saying there's an Asian statue?
I'm
in
saying saying Stephen is Dorian Gray reincarnate. That's what I'm saying. I think
Dorian Gray is British.
you don't understand the point of the story.
They don't put artwork or something.
No, it's a painting. Yeah, if you use a painting.
Yeah, you can't look at that.
And then look at the painting, he like melts like the guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that. Yeah.
It's a good book. I've still got it. You can borrow it. Go on.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, the Dorian Gray.
It's a great book. Speaking of that, no, okay, that's too much of that.
What? No, you talk about Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, you could talk about Star Wars. You want to mention
Speaking
that.
of George Lucas, I do
Right.
want to mention Star Wars because I've rewatched all 9 of them recently.
No, not recently. In 2 days, he did it.
No, recently as in 31st of December.
Why did you do that?
Because I was like, yeah, I've not seen them in a while. I can't really speak. I can't say. I used to say Star Wars is kind of shit, but it's like I haven't watched them in a while, so I can't really say that.
You have to be careful because people are so passionate about Star Wars.
I know Star Wars fans, and they're the worst human beings that have ever lived on the planet.
Why is that?
They're just you cannot get a word in. You cannot get a word in. So it,
What do you mean? Like, they like everything's about Star Wars to them, or you know,
I mean,
everything's
as
inclusive?
it's
You-
about opinion. They have authority over Star Wars because they're fans. People who dedicate fandom in general, it's totally it's very toxic sometimes. People who dedicate a lot of attention and time to something feel like they have authority over others because they're invested in it. Like for instance, the Cyberpunk game that came out recently.
Yeah, a lot of issues with that, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of issues with that. The guy who
Just very similar to GTA, but shitter.
you know what people were expecting to be similar to GTA.
It was meant to be something really good, but then it came out and
Yeah.
had all these glitches and everything.
Yeah.
It looked like a GTA 4 game. You know, it was just
Not like
it looks like Roblox, like fucking.
yeah, it's like Roblox. Yeah, exactly, like
Yeah.
Roblox. And the guy who invented Cyberpunk, which he's an author, he wrote a book in like 1980 or something called Neuromancer, and he tweeted this game something bad about the game. Someone's like, "Oh, you a gamer?" And he's like, "No, I'm not a gamer, but I know Cyberpunk, and I just don't think this is good."
Right.
And then everyone was like, "There you go, folks. Cyberpunk 2077 is bad." It's
Are they
like,
being sarcastic or are they being like?
no. A lot of people were.
But this guy's never played the game.
Never played it, but he's an authority on Cyberpunk because he created it. I can respect that, but I don't really fucking care. He's still just a guy. You know, if fucking Shakespeare was alive and read the best reviewed book of the last 10 years and said this is shite, I don't care.
But Shakespeare would have to review his own book in that context. You have to read.
Well, I suppose
King
kind of.
Henry V book.
If Shakespeare watched The Lion King and said, well, this is kind of an adaptation of something I've made, this is shite, I would be like, I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. It's people who think they have an authority on things because of investment, or this is a bit different because he
They
did
not. They don't think they have the authority. They just have an opinion. They put that opinion out, and and people value their opinion.
But no, you see, the problem is
They don't value it themselves. They
there are
people
famous
find their
people.
value in it.
I suppose so, but there are famous, like for instance, there's nerds on YouTube that talk about certain things, and their opinions are valued because people respect them. But what I'm saying is that Star Wars fans, just fans, not creators, not necessarily like spokespeople, they're very obviously not all Star Wars fans, but a lot of them are just opinionated. So for instance, Phantom Menace, shite film, right? Shite film. Some people don't agree. If you talk to people that think it's good, well, you're going to leave in pieces. If you talk to people that think it's bad and you think it's good, you're probably going to leave in pieces. They're very angry about it. And you know what? Star Wars for me, that's like supporting a sports team that won once 40 years ago. And you're just like, we got it this year. You don't have it this year. You don't. You had it once, and it's just been a fucking downward spiral since then, with a couple peaks here and there. Like, of the 9 movies, I'd say 3 are maybe 3, and that's a composite. The third one's a composite of 2 movies, not 1. Maybe 3 out of 9 are actually good. Mm-hmm. One of them's great. One movie is great in the whole franchise, in my opinion.
Which was that?
Empire Strikes Back. It's the only great one.
Cool. I've never seen
You live in hope that the next one will be just as good.
I don't, because I'm not invested in Star Wars. But people that are, fuck, it's their life. And that's fair. I'm not going to criticize that, but they're so angry. And it's just, I look at this franchise, I'm like, am I missing something? Because it's parts of it that are good. The music's cool. You know, it's got some drama. It's like a fairy tale. It's a bit silly, but
I think it has a legacy. It has like a legacy. It's made in the 70s. Yeah. It looks crap now to us, but back then, those graphics would be amazing. You know?
I love those movies.
Have you seen like when they're making the actual beginning? I don't know anything about Star Wars, but I've seen some things.
The beginning was really cool.
Yeah, but the way they edited it was like they just got like a rotating like treadmill with the words, and then put some space background.
The title card,
it was really creative in the way that they did it, because it was in the 70s. You didn't have computer generated images.
No, sure. Yeah.
It was just literally just like, you know, they had to do everything.
At the time, who was it that owned? It wasn't like Sony that owned them. It was
It's Lucasfilms.
George Lucas.
But someone else would produce it.
Fox produced it.
Fox produced it. So Fox's the headlight, the spotlight. You know how they have their graphic, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like the spotlight.
20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's in like the key of D or something like that. So George Lucas was like, the start of our Star Wars soundtrack is going to be in the key of D, so it's seamless. From Fox's like introduction credits to the movie starting.
You're right. Yeah.
They didn't want to change the key of the orchestra, so they kept it in D. Fun fact.
You know, that is a fun fact that I didn't know about or notice, because I'm not
But
musically
now
inclined.
Sony have it, and it just fucked up because it's
not Disney.
Different key.
Disney have it now.
Disney have it now, yeah.
But I assume Disney's going to have Sony probably, because Disney are starting to own everyone, and there's no such thing as 20th Century Fox anymore. It's just Fox. So, and you know, Star Wars, the first one was actually supposed to be a fucking failure, like a flat out failure. Fox literally said, "This is bullshit. Like, you wasted our money. This is terrible. Why is there a werewolf in the bar? This is a space movie. What the fuck is this? This is horrible." And then George Lucas I think he may took a cut on his director's fee, and he was like, "All right, how about this? You pay me coins, and I'll take half the merchandising rights."
Oh,
and then the movie came out, and everyone was like, "Well, you know, Star Wars, right? Very good Star Wars."
Bravo.
And every kid had a lunch. You remember this? You had a lunchbox when Star Wars came out. Star Wars lunchbox.
What the hell are you saying?
The original Star Wars, not A New Hope. It was movies. Star Wars.
Like a tin lunchbox.
Yeah, and one of them was fucking.
I did have a tin lunchbox.
Dumb and Dumber 2, yeah.
I had Thunderbirds. That's all of the Star Wars.
Oh my god. You're the puppet.
That was a bad thing for 2020 though. Movies were like cancelled.
Yeah, that was sucked.
Like a lot of movie releases were cancelled.
Yeah.
A lot of cinemas closed because they couldn't have customers in.
They were open briefly. In the summertime.
Tenet came out.
Tenet.
Yeah, T-N.
It was alright. It was just fine.
You watched? Oh, you said you watched it.
It was alright. Yeah. It was a bit.
And Wonder Woman's come out now on HBO.
How do we watch it in the UK?
You can't. There's only like a couple of cinemas open, but they're like privately owned. So like
what does that mean?
So you get the guy would sit with like a video camera on his knee, shaking the whole way through the movie.
He's like, I'm gonna make so much money.
All you hear is popcorn rustling.
Why would you watch a screen recording when you can? South Korean movie theaters are the ones where the most movie HD rips, like an actual file rip, come from. I don't know why it is or why it's so common, but if you look at a movie that comes out in theaters and you watch it in HD on the internet, it's always from a South Korean theater. I don't know why that is, because there's always South Korean subtitles or Arabic subtitles as well, maybe. But why would you watch a screen recording in 2020? I've not watched a screen recording since I watched fucking a pirated copy of Shrek 2.
Needs must, Joel.
Watching a pirated copy of a movie on your phone is like the least optimal experience to watch the film.
What was that website you could watch like torrents of movies? Like, was it Showreel or something?
There's like just hundreds of them. There's 1, 2, 3 movies.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 movies. Yeah, it's
Tiny
like
Joe.
2007 or something.
X movies probably.
Yeah, X videos.
No, XNXX is better for that actually, because they have a larger file size, so you can watch it raw.
Yeah, but you literally like go on the website and then it would like you try to watch a movie and it wouldn't even be like on the full screen and it'd be, as you say, on a video camera in the corner there. It's just like 1/4 of the fucking actual video and there's like some shit fucking graphics around it to make it look colourful. And you're sitting there going, I'm watching a movie on a 1-inch tablet like this. It's like,
oh, the little iPod Nano.
The audio's wrong. Like the audio is like not even in English. So you're sitting there and it's like fucking Japanese, and you're going, "What's this movie? I want to watch the Teletubbies." You know? But yeah, no, movies were cancelled. Everything was cancelled.
Movie was cancelled.
Kevin.
Tom Cruise did his best to keep it going though.
Oh, you see that?
That must be.
Hear it?
I heard
Cruise
some of it,
missile, yeah. He's angry.
But the funny thing is, like, he threatened to like fire them all, and they just quit. So he had.
Does he actually quit?
So he had his big rant.
Where's the high ground there? They're not
He
standing
had
on
a huge
it.
rant, and he was like, "If you guys don't do this, we will fire you. We'll get new people in." And they're like, "Cool, we all quit," and they had to stop production anyway. So it backfired on him and.
What was that? Mission Impossible 6? Which one is it?
The one with Henry Cavill.
7.
No, the one they're making now.
They're making 7, yeah.
Must be 7 now.
7.
They're running out of titles though. Ghost Protocol.
Isn't he 60 now? He must be 60.
He's nearing 60, yeah.
He looks good for his
He's
age.
got a middle tooth.
Yeah, you can see from Risky Business, it's like teeth is fucked, and then he gets them all done like after that. Actually, Mission Impossible, like the last one was actually okay. I think was that with Superman.
Yeah, I like that.
That was actually alright. So the one before that was shite. I think.
I like the first one the most.
Yeah, the first one's great.
First one's really
fantastic, especially when he's in that restaurant and he's in Prague and this like fish just starts spilling out the street of all this water. He's running. Can you imagine working in that restaurant going? Is he paying for his bill? Tom Cruise is running, all these fish splatting around.
Jack Morlin, we've got a walkout. He's like, "Oh, it's fine, just give him a block prosecco."
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. It's irrelevant.
Give him a bottle of
If it
Prosecco.
was, this is a 2020 retrospective, not a 20 fucking 18, 17,
Sorry.
16 retrospective. Ron, it's okay, Ron, it was relevant, it's okay.
So you were talking about bars and restaurants. You both work in bars and restaurants.
Yeah. Well, Ron was fired. But
Ron got fired. Well, yeah, Ron, let's talk about this. Okay, so Ron.
we will not name the company, it was Rabble.
He did name his brother. So Ron, what has been your personal experience about working in a bar during 2020? Obviously, you've had a bit of a different experience than other people. So go through what you've got.
So my 2020 started off.
Wait your lips. There you go.
Got New Year off. Good start as
beer.
always.
Okay.
Started
I got a
working.
beer.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
good.
get a
It's
beer.
busy. And then one day, a very good friend of mine comes into the bar.
Who's that handsome friend of yours?
KBeatBot.
So wait, he was 6'2". How tall were you?
I was 6'9".
No. Oh no.
You want to start a panel?
So Kelvin walks in, sits down at the bar, and there's a lot of things that go on the bar in private and behind the scenes stuff like that. And he asked for a drink, so I gave him a drink. And we put a lot on wastage because I may have spilled some into the glass and filled it with Coke. And then
Coke.
Diet Coke, sorry.
Diet Coke,
Diet Coke, yeah.
Or cocaine.
Just so happened that I was caught not charging him.
No, you did. You charged me like 70 pence.
Yeah. for a
Wrong key.
For a double gin tonic and a fucking shot of bourbon.
So they asked me if I did it, and I said yeah because I had nothing else to lose.
What?
The advantage of living at home.
Yeah.
It's like you don't give a fuck. I don't have rent to pay, so it's like.
You just confront him. It's like, Ron, did you do this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Why do
me.
you not want?
They were stuck for words though. They didn't know what to say after that because they thought I'd like fight it. I was like, no, I did it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that sounds like an excuse. I wouldn't fire someone. No, I'm not a manager, but I wouldn't fire someone for doing that once.
Yeah, no, they just tried to like.
They wanted rid of you.
They wanted rid of me. I caused several issues
Like,
just because I was bored.
I know what
right?
kind of. Well, you moving the daiquiri machine in front of the. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say
I
something.
like changing things to make them better, which people didn't like. So
Against the will of others, right?
yeah, with permission, but just people didn't like it.
So are you saying here that you don't really care for consent?
Oh.
Where it matters, yes.
Oh, well, where it matters is a subjective thing, isn't
That's a
it?
separate
That's a
conversation.
separate conversation that my lawyer will be with you.
Okay, so Ron, you got fired from your job.
So I got fired, sadly.
Sadly.
You were not.
That
You didn't
happened on
emote once.
Happened on a Friday night. I went out that night, got very drunk.
With this guy, with the guy who got you
the
fired.
guy that got me fired, Felt
He's
bad
sitting
for me.
with us right now.
And
Ron.
then- but thankfully, a week later, I had a job sorted. in another
Working
bar.
with this guy. Working with me.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah.
It's like the blind leading the blind. It doesn't get better, it just happens. So yeah. But no, the worst thing about like getting fired, I've not been fired before. I've always quit. Right?
Oh, that's right. You
this is the
quit Grand Crew before you got fired.
No, I was the best employee there.
How dare you? I was the healthy middle ground.
But it's the first job I got fired from, so yeah, I felt a bit bad. They took me in for a disciplinary. It was all talked about and written down notes. But the worst thing about it was not being allowed to go to the staff party that night. Right?
That night as well.
That actually hurt a wee bit, right? More than getting
You
fired,
emoted.
losing my job, all that. Like, I was like, yeah, it's pretty shit. Like, it's quite embarrassing getting fired, I think. But the fact that they wouldn't let me go to the staff party with all my friends, that hurt more.
Do you want to say something personally to the manager who fired you right now?
Yeah, Ron, this is your moment now, okay? Ron, this is your moment to
You don't-
talk to the managers.
If you're listening.
You don't
Come close to the microphone.
Listen,
No.
listen. You don't have to say anything particular.
The repercussions
but the-
could be damaging.
Ron, we're on the airwaves. This is an opportunity that doesn't come around often.
It's not pirate radio.
This is
We're not
global.
on the air, we will be, okay?
This is fucking
On the
global.
North Sea soon.
Everyone,
Before they're
everyone
wrong.
between Fife and Fife is going to hear this within the next 24 hours. Everywhere. So listen to this. And
Nah, I'm not going to badmouth my managers.
you don't have to ban. Just appeal.
No, it's fine. You know what?
I'm not forcing it. I'm just saying.
I'm on my knees,
about opportunity.
asking for my
No,
job
you
back.
still got that girl.
Oh, that's right.
And also he's 6'10". So. Right, okay. So reflecting now, so you got a job now. What was dealing with COVID and furlough, and how was that for you? Because you're in a bit of a different situation. A lot of people, you live at home, so you don't have the stress of thinking, how do I pay for rent? How do I pay for bills? I don't know if your parents pay you, ask you for anything. How did you deal with that?
I contribute to my household. I do.
Inappropriate.
I pay the
It's not
equivalent.
inappropriate. Ask
It's
about that.
I
incredibly
pay the
inappropriate.
equivalent of digs or rent to my parents.
Do you actually?
In form of like
Sexual
Gross.
services.
grocery shopping, cleaning, household
Do you
chores.
cook? Do you
and
cook
shit.
for the
And
family?
I cook Monday to Friday.
What's your favorite? What? Are you?
So you,
I
You're
cook
a
5 days
house
week.
Ron.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
House
I've
great.
got a wee apron in.
Kiss-
Says boys cook best.
Your apron.
And
You're
the back says girls cook
boys
better.
cook best.
what?
Boys cook best.
It's a Jamie
Your
Oliver.
apron
like.
is so. You're so tall that your apron. It says "Kiss the Cook" and it's positioned right above. Well, just about your penis. So
How
that's
tall is one?
6'12".
Oh, 6'12". It's 7
He's
foot.
in-
It's 7 foot.
No, 6'12". He's fine. 6'12". He's 6'13" and a half.
6'30" now. Okay.
Yeah, so like
What do you like to cook?
living at home is pretty easy. Yeah, I don't have as many major concerns.
Yeah, but you still
with
get annoyed
finances.
because I remember speaking to you and you're like, obviously you love your parents, your sister and everything, but you lived at home as well for quite a long time as well.
Until I was 19, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's most people would hopefully, but it can be, especially in a lockdown situation, you can kind of get frustrated with other people. You can't go outside, you can't see your friends, and you just kind of like you're seeing the same faces all the time.
Sure.
So I don't know, was that like hard to deal with, or are you like alright with? Because Derek's a cool guy. Derek's awesome.
Derek's awesome.
Derek's a beautiful man. Okay.
He's lovely. Ron's dad, Derek. He's a nice guy.
No, I managed to get on my parents and that fine. I managed to like do stuff myself, like keep busy.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like always there. They weren't always there, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So it worked out alright. But after a while, yeah, like not being able to just go out and
Yeah. Just
there's always like this question about where you're going, why you're going, who you're going with, like all that shit.
Your wrists are looking pretty toned. I'm assuming you were cutting wood all summer. Slicing up firewood.
lumberjack.
To be honest,
I had some very uncool hobbies during lockdown.
there's no cool or not cool. What do you mean? I don't think there's such a thing.
Nah, so
You're not gonna
my
go-
dad has
Here we go. This is his face. You see his face.
my dad has a vegetable patch that we're able to sustain
That's cool.
our like grow vegetables for all summer. And
You don't buy them
winter.
from the shops.
We do some, yeah. Like some you can. Like sometimes.
He refuses to grow cucumbers.
Yeah.
When-
Like some things you can't grow all year round. So like sometimes you have to buy them from the shop. But like
Sure.
Christmas stuff, we had our own Brussels sprouts, own parsnips, own potatoes,
That's awesome.
own carrots. Yeah.
Hmm.
But like that was like a thing to occupy me. Just like digging ground.
Ron, that's a practical hobby.
Very practical.
You think that's any less lame than someone like me who prefer to just be painting little fucking Gundam model kits? That's a useless hobby. It's cool. It's cool, I think, but it's
You're
useless.
doing something.
Yeah, it's
You should do
something.
something creative.
But if we're just going to be objective about it, that's pretty useless. Whereas that's going to help you in the long run.
He also has the he also has that feeling of when the vegetables grow up, and he sees a tomato coming out of his ground. He's like, "Oh, my baby!"
Exactly.
And, he gets a hold of tomato and go, "Oh, look at that!"
Tomatoes scream when they.
You've just got to look at that fucking Japanese robot.
It's like early.
It's pretty cool though. I put it
early
together.
parenthood. Joe feels the exact same.
Ah.
Tucks them all in at night.
My little Gundams, yeah, it's true. I built them.
I think you dealt with it really well, actually. So
Yeah, it's not affected me that badly.
Aye.
Like I'm quite self-reliant.
Yeah.
I can deal with like being by myself or with others. Like I can make stuff for myself to do, and then there's always the benefit of getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Which like
I think if you're in that situation, it's actually a bit of a bonus to getting a furlough because it's like I'm not working, but
so I was getting 80%, and like if I was living in a flat that I was for uni and stuff like that 80% would have probably just covered. Like just.
Yeah. It'd be a struggle though.
It would be a struggle. Like just like I wouldn't be able to like have luxuries. So like wouldn't be able to go out drinking. Wouldn't be able to go like takeaways. Like that sort of stuff would be more compressed. So living at home and getting paid, it was not that much of an effect. It was better for my finances. My savings went up.
So you would say you would say that you handled lockdown pretty well.
Yeah. Like I didn't have any breakdowns. I think at one or 2 points I was like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Like
we've all been there.
You're
I do that every day.
polishing Derek's aubergine.
But no, I handled it quite well. Like I found not a sense of purpose, but like I found stuff to do. I wasn't just like wallowing.
That's fair.
I mean, my mental health and shit like that has been. I've never had like, bad mental health, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like something
That's
I could,
worth
like,
celebrating, Ron.
Lapse into or anything like that. So
Let's ruin that with some drugs to celebrate.
as soon as lockdown's over, just.
So moving on from Ron, we have you, who's in like a bit of a different situation. Your family live here, but you live by yourself. Well, you have your own flat, which you share with other people.
6 people.
So what was like if you compared to Ron's obviously saying it was a bit easier for him because he lived at home. He's obviously mentally he's a strong guy mentally, but what about you?
And physically.
Physically, he's not.
Physically,
he's actually 6'13". So
I worked out once.
strong is an understatement. I would say powerful is more appropriate.
Powerful. Yeah.
Don't resist. Ron has it tattooed on his wrist. It says, "Don't resist."
Derek's pop tea on his left.
Daddy Derek's #1. I love you, Derek. Your son's cool. Lockdown was okay for me. It's alright. I just spent it with my girlfriend.
So compare it to Ron first saying about like furlough and everything. Were you okay like financially going through all that?
Yeah, before lockdown I was not okay, and after lockdown,
How was that the case then?
because I just didn't know I don't know how money works. I did not know how money works, especially before lockdown. Like 2019, I was in a hole. Not to get into it.
Right, yeah, sure.
And not for any particular reason, by the way. Like I feel like a lot of people, it's not very compelling. Someone's like, "Oh, I was in $10,000 debt because I owed my heroin dealer." It's like, nah, it's not very interesting. I didn't have enough money because I just didn't know how it worked. And
also, I think with furlough, you got 80%. Also, you're not going out. You're not traveling to work.
There's no impulses,
Yeah, you're not like going to the garage after work or something to get all these. It's like £3-4 you spend, but that still adds up. So I think you can save money in that situation as long as you were like careful.
No, exactly. And I by the time lockdown was over, I was like, because here's the thing, I didn't go to school, so when I grew up, I was in my room most of the time.
Yeah.
By myself. Even though I was at home with my family, I was by myself in my room most of the time. So lockdown for me was not anything I haven't done before. It was pretty normal actually for me. I'd only been working for 2.5 years at that point, so to be honest, it wasn't difficult. It wasn't difficult at all. It was nice actually. I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking me and my girlfriend are gonna tear each other's heads off, but it was actually good. It was just totally peaceful. It's a bit weird going to Tesco and it was like gulag, lining up to get some bread. That was pretty weird, but it was compelling. I didn't hate it. I was like, this is weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Lockdown was fine. It was just it was a bit boring, but it was nice just being locked down with.
Because you had your girlfriend living with you, and at the time was Stephen living with you at the time? Then?
Stephen, he moved away. Not moved away, but he was
in the summer.
Right before.
Away.
He's dead. He's listening to this while he's dead.
Joe's dead.
He is
dead to Joe in the flat.
I'm on his.
There's a shrine.
He bestowed me his account, and I'm actually posting the comments on each KBeatBot podcast. It's not him. I'm doing it in his honor.
Inherited it.
No, he was away right before lockdown, and then it set in, and he was like, "Well, all right, I'll be away for it." and he was with his girlfriend for the majority of lockdown.
So you were surrounded by people you knew.
More
I'm
or
not going
less.
to hear this because I'm behind the microphone, but it's a bit wrong if you ask that.
So like you had people there that you liked, and you were surrounded by people most of the time.
Yeah, and to be honest, for most of lockdown, I was pretty good with the roles. It was just me and my girlfriend for more or less like 95% of it. There was a couple meetups with my family. Like, I would go to see them for like 10 minutes distance and just be like, oh, hello, I'm alive, you know. But there would be points where it would just be like 2 weeks straight of just me and her, and it was nice. We did drink a bit too much, but
I think everyone did it.
no,
I cut back.
not. Oh,
You sure, Ron? That's all that fucking cupboard you had.
That's why it's there. Like,
68
It's like Willy Wonka, you go in there, it's fucking Oompa Loompas giving you crates of beer. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why is Esmeralda wearing that silly outfit when she's not even being paid by the hour? Ron's maid. And,
No, so so obviously like you live with friends and stuff like that. Like it's obviously still quite comfortable.
one friend, Ron.
One friend and your girlfriend.
And you go for it.
One friend and one best friend.
So at home with me, like I don't like drinking excessively in front of my parents.
I never
Just because
never
I don't
do
want to I don't want to see the state I get in or
Yeah, that's it.
the amount of shit I chat.
that. I don't really drink.
when I drink. Like so, like with them, I'd probably have like a glass around dinner and maybe like something after dinner. That's about it.
Bottle of Campari because you got 68 in your fucking locker.
Just a wee Negroni or two. But that was about it. And then so that like I didn't drink that much. So you drank more.
A bit more because I was like, okay,
It's 2 o'clock. Let's start.
No. The one thing I never succumb to, and this is not a shame thing, because I don't think anybody should be shamed. I never succumb to day drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like day drinking. It makes me depressed. It makes me. I'm just like, I feel like my fucking.
You're tired by 8 o'clock. You're like,
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But no.
Well, we're doing day drinking right now, so don't be.
The sun is setting. It's fine. It's fine.
Joe is on water. It's fine.
I'm drinking Star Pramin 0%. Please don't look it up.
No, I drank a lot during lockdown. But, I drink a lot anyway, but yeah.
Oh yeah, what the fuck's collectional?
That's for the whole year.
There
Well,
is.
actually, some of them I've had. So from the Malibu bottle to the end, that's from the whole year.
That's not bad actually.
I mean, yeah.
If I collected all the
That's not
So
what.
that's 3 bottles.
Yeah,
Not
that's
including
not
it.
what- bottles.
if I collected all the beer bottles that I drank this like
That's spirits. What are you on about
no
beer, like?
no, but if we're talking about
Yeah,
glass
that bottle
bottles,
of fucking Buffalo Trace was full on New Year's.
Yeah, no, that's last night.
Woo!
days.
Treat yourself. There's not too much.
I'm almost dead.
Like out of lockdown, that was like the one thing that did
It's
affect me
30
most was like not being able to just like see pals.
Yeah.
Like even socially distance, like you'd have to go out somewhere, like, and if it's not England weather or whatever like that, like you have to go somewhere, you have to travel there. Whereas like when I was at my own flat for uni, I was quite happy to have people around. It's very easy.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm quite a social person, I think, usually.
When
just,
you're
like,
updated, yeah.
just like having people around, just like it's not a big deal. Like you can just like text people, see who wants to come around for a drink or whatever. Whereas like living at home with lockdown, you can't just go to a bar to meet someone. It has to be like planned out, or you have to wait kind of for an invitation.
You go down the Meadows and it's like a fucking free for all out there. It's like a fucking knife fight. There's a guy carrying a bag of piss around. And you remember that? We went down there. There's that boy around a bag of piss, and Ron and I saw him before. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's like this boy. You remember that?
Actually,
So we met him before. So Ron and I were just sitting there, absolutely fucked. We were like drinking a bottle of rum, which we drank in 3 drinks. Like we like filled it up in
you
champagne glasses.
mongrels.
Fucking idiots, okay? And we're sat there.
That was a bad day.
And then this guy he comes along, this fucking junkie, whatever he was, he goes, what was he like? Oh, he's like, can I have a shot of your rum? And Ron and I were like, no. And he was sitting next to Ron. And he was getting so close to Ron, and he was like touching him up. And Ron was very polite. He was like, no, you can't have it. Sorry, please leave us alone. I was like, mate, you've had enough. Like, fuck off.
Well, and you gave him a packet of Parma Violets to send him away.
No, but he was going around every single person. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's loads of people down there, and then he was going around and he was fucked.
Why do you have a bag of piss?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So when I met you guys, and we saw him again, and Ron texted me saying that same guy is here, and we saw him. He's got a bag of piss, like a clear bag of piss. And I was like, what is this guy doing?
He's probably listening.
I mean, that's probably like a smarter idea. Go down to Meadows. Like, there's
What,
no
with a bag
toilet
of
facilities.
piss?
There's no toilet facilities. There's nothing like that. So having a bag to pee in.
why would you
Why are you
bring?
carrying it around?
It was already full. It was already
Sit on
full.
the floor.
You might need pee somewhere else then. Or he was being responsible and going to put it in the bin.
It was just so funny. It was a clear.
Dude, you can
Yeah.
take a fucking slash in the Meadows. I know.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just go pee in the bushes? I mean, you can't because everyone can see you because you're fucking 7'3", so people can see you from fucking miles away. But you can just do it secretly. Why would you bring? Nah.
I mean, if you get that drunk, like,
Fair.
anything goes.
We should invite him on the
I don't think
podcast.
that boy was sober all of
I'll go
lockdown.
to the Meadows now and be down there just in the snow with another bag of shit. Usually just walking
Oh, bag of shite.
bag of shite. Looking like a quart bag of shite. I'm like, what?
Yellow snow.
Oh, okay. Right, we're gonna do an activity, boys.
Okay.
Okay, first activity.
We're gonna do
Bell's
it.
getting on. Okay.
Slipped.
I'm gonna play some intense Who Wants to Be a Millionaire podcast music. Okay.
Okay.
If you see on your notepads here, or you've got younger and older.
I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah, so it's not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Do you guys remember Bruce Forsyth?
Of course.
Okay.
He's dead.
He is dead. He passed away.
Nice to see you. To see you. Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, you did the dancing show as well, didn't you?
Strictly Come
Strictly
Dancing.
Come-
You like Strictly. You like
I
strict
hate
things.
Strictly.
No, you like strict things. It's good.
Strictly Come Dancing. No. Okay.
Don't resist.
No, it's like Made in Chelsea Star won it this year. Like, come on, like how low do you have to go to get Made in
So
Chelsea?
one knows who won it. Okay, I don't even know when it's on. Okay.
I don't even. Yeah, I've not watched it in a few years.
Okay.
Several.
So, do you guys remember the game he played? It's called Play Your Cards Right.
No.
So basically, he would.
We're not
It's an
your
old
age.
game. I know I'm old. Yeah. So. Okay,
Tell us about Regis Philbin. Why not?
Regis Phil. Okay, that's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Don't worry. Okay, so this is the intense music we're gonna play.
You're already 49 minutes into this
So I've
video.
used it like 12 times. Okay, right. So basically, the concept of the game is that he would turn over a card, a playing card,
Sure.
and it would come over, and it'd be like, say, the six of spades. Okay, don't ask why it's this big. Now, you would say the next card would turn over, okay? And you would have to guess what the next card would be, higher or lower than six of spades.
It's a guessing game.
Oh right, like a drinking game that we play nowadays called Higher or Lower.
Okay, well, right, fucking okay, Mr. Culture. Right. So basically, I'm going to give you a person, a place, a product. There's 15 of them, so there's going to take a little while, okay?
That's good. That's good.
And you have to. This is the first point you're going to get, okay? So on the board here, we've got points. You have to tally.
Why is
point.
mine a?
Well, Ron's got an emblem or something.
I'll deal with that. Okay, I'll get into that later.
Okay, so you have to guess if the person or product or whatever it is older or younger than the previous person or product. Okay.
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 All right. So does that sound easy enough? Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
You just have to show your answer. Okay. So no.
Should we say it as well? Because this is not a visual podcast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is very easy.
I think I might be good at this.
You don't know because I've made it fucking difficult. So.
Probably to do the same age, but
I-
Okay. So the first person, I'll put the music on. If it works. Fair enough.
technical issues.
Okay.
Ron, Derek's giving me my phone call.
Okay, so the first person we're going to go for is KeyRon. KeyRon Watson. Okay? The next person is me. Am I older or
You're
younger?
older.
Older.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Final answer.
1978.
1978.
88.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
sorry.
you both get a point. So that's the easiest
That's
one.
a curse number.
That's
by
the
the way.
easiest one. Okay. Well, actually, I hope this is not the easiest.
I fucking got
I
this.
really hope not.
No. Right. The next one is
Okay, so from you.
to the next one.
Right, okay.
Okay. You see. Okay.
Yeah.
David Frederick Attenborough. What do you think he is? Younger or older? You fucking joking?
He is
You don't
older.
you dare!
He is older.
You put younger, didn't you?
No, he's older. He's older.
So Ron, what are you saying?
I'm saying older.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Older.
Older.
Frederick Attenborough.
Okay, you're both correct. Well done. Good job. Thank you so much.
I like Fred.
2 points each. Now it gets difficult. We're going from David.
That's why we don't know how old Frederick is.
We're going
I
from
do.
David Attenborough to Queen Elizabeth II. Oh. Oh, yeah, you think it's.
So
You're
wait.
thinking
So,
here.
what we're going from Frederick Attenborough or David Attenborough?
No.
There is no
one person.
There
it's
is
David.
There is no Frederick
His middle name
Attenborough.
is Frederick.
There's Richard and David. There's no
Right,
Frederick.
It's David Attenborough
Alright,
to
okay.
Queen Elizabeth II. Do you think he's younger or older? You can take it.
Wait, do I think she's younger?
No, you have to think if she's older or younger.
She is. Oh.
So what are you saying? You're saying
Oh, wait,
younger.
wait,
Ron.
wait.
Ron saying
No, you don't. You can't change that. Okay, well, we'll
Okay.
do a final answer. Okay, so put it down, and then we'll say after 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. What do you think? You're saying, what are you saying, Joe?
Older.
And Ron?
Younger.
I don't know.
So David Attenborough was born on the 8th of May 1926.
Yeah, she's younger. Oh, she's older.
Queen Elizabeth was born
It's like
in 1926, but on the 21st of April, she's older. Ron, you lost.
I knew it the whole time.
Joe, you got a point.
I had no idea. Draw on the board.
what's the difference in the dates?
It's like 17 days. Oh, sorry.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Hope you're listening.
I had all the
19
confidence, so you said that, right?
I knew it from the beginning.
Okay, next one. Martin Luther King. Is he older or no? It's not about when he died. It's about if he was alive today.
Oh,
Okay, so is he older or younger than Queen Elizabeth II? See, this is hard. It's hard. Yeah, you don't know. What are you? This is your final answers.
final answer.
And what are you both saying? What are you saying? Joe?
I'm saying Martin Luther King Jr. was
Jr.
older
Actually
than
done,
Queen
yeah.
Elizabeth if we're talking birthday, like
Okay.
date of birth.
Yeah. And Ron,
Yeah, I'm saying the same, older.
older.
I think he was 1922 or something, right?
So Queen Elizabeth born 1926. Martin Luther King born 1929.
Ah!
He's younger than Queen Elizabeth. He died in 1968. So you both didn't get a point. You both lose.
Jeez.
I'm used to that.
Right.
Fuck, Joe's winning.
Martin, he's getting competitive now. He's standing forward. He's like, hey, fuck this.
The skin is red.
We're going from Martin Luther King to when Nintendo was founded. So you're a bit of a fucking narc.
So a narc. So it's basically if Nintendo is older or younger than him.
If Nintendo is older or
Final
younger,
answer. Final
than-
answer.
Mate,
Final answer.
Mate, you can't do that because he might. So you think about it. Oh, he's being controversial. Okay, Martin Luther King, 1929.
Shit, no, they had TVs and shit. I got.
What, 1929?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go older.
Okay. Do you know what year Nintendo was founded?
I think so.
1926.
No, I'm gonna guess 1894.
So Martin Luther King, 1929 he was born. Nintendo was founded 1889.
I was close.
You both get a point, well done. Okay.
Sweet.
You were very close. 1894, you're 5 years off. Nicely done.
Narc.
Okay. No.
You want to?
Joe's got that tattoo.
Oh.
Joe has the answers tattooed on his arm.
Collington boy, I don't want to hear it.
Alright, next one. This is one Ron might get.
Oh fuck. How old is
The
Campari?
Wimbledon Tennis Championships. When was that first played? Is that older or younger than Nintendo? Okay, take your time. Take your time. You know. Joe, you seem quick off it. Are you saying that as well?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so say your answers and then. You know.
Older.
Alright, so listening what people.
1826. So I think it's older than Nintendo.
What's 1826?
Wimbledon.
You think it's 1826?
I actually
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just guessing.
Okay. So Nintendo was founded in 1889. Wimbledon was first played in 1877. It's older. So you both got it right.
You know what? I've got a good idea. How about
very far off.
How about Ron? And
I was like
how about,
50 years off, maybe.
how about Ron and I don't say it, because then we can influence each other's answers, and then you say when you reveal it what we said, because we can kind of see each other's answers, which.
Okay, so what you wanna?
So maybe we don't reveal it until after when you announce what the answer was.
No, because then you could just show me a different answer.
Well, no, like according to the audience, sure, but you know, because we're settling. It's up to you. You know, this is pretty good.
Alright, so basically it'd be like,
But I think from now on it's gonna be like a guessing anyway.
Okay,
here's the question.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
It's gonna be guess. Okay. So we're going for the Wimbledon Tennis Championships to Jonathan. He's a tortoise in the Seychelles.
Oh.
He's the oldest living terrestrial.
Aw.
This is actually Ron's one as well, though. So he's the oldest living terrestrial animal in the world.
Oh,
Is he older or younger than Wimbledon Tennis?
okay, actually, yeah, I know.
You sure?
I think I know
A
this.
tortoise is different than a turtle.
I think I know this. No, I know this.
Mm.
I think I know this.
Okay. How old do you think this tortoise is? Ron.
Is now or when it died?
He's alive today.
176.
176. So you think he's older than Wimbledon?
I think he's older than Wimbledon. I thought it was more like.
Okay, well what I'll do, we'll
300.
make this a special point, so whoever gets closest to his age gets the point. So,
I'm saying 176.
176, you think he's older than Wimbledon? Ron?
Maybe like 210.
210. What, pounds or?
Yeah. No, he was huge.
He's still alive, so you don't what? Okay.
You're talking about weight.
So you're both correct in that he's older, Wendolin. You said 176.
I
Yeah.
think I might be too low. I think
No,
it's higher. It's like
you're closer. So.
300 or something.
Tens.
Found in the Galapagos
My
Islands.
sphincter's playing games right now.
So he is 188 years old. You got it right.
Yeah! I know reptiles. No, I don't.
He's called reptile.
He's a tortoise. They're reptiles. Yeah, they are reptiles.
Right, next one. Joe Biden.
Oh, older.
Is he older or younger than Jonathan the Tortoise from the Seychelles?
He's the older man.
Careful now, this is my quiz. So.
You know Joe.
What are you both saying?
These are all answers to Wikipedia that can be changed.
So what are you saying?
Younger.
You're saying younger?
Both saying younger. By about 10 years.
He's actually older. He's 778 years old. You both don't get a point, okay?
This is bullshit. Who has more sexual allegations against them? Misconduct, you know.
Well, I mean, it's like touching someone's hand, sexual misconduct.
I think raping someone is sexual misconduct, and he's.
Well, we'll then know. He's not raped anyone. He's asked for someone to.
Has he not been accused of rape? Well, that's off topic. We'll get
there soon.
we'll get there soon.
Right, so we'll go from Joe Biden, who's 778 years old, to the Black Plague when it was first contracted. Younger or older?
Younger.
We got contrasting. Okay, so
I didn't go to school, so,
So you
edit,
think-
please feel bad for me if I don't get this
what are you
right.
saying, Joe?
I'm saying it's older.
And
Do you
what-
like you? I say younger.
You say younger. Okay.
Joe puts too much influence on our school system and how good he thinks it is.
He's beating somebody at the uni.
You didn't learn this in school.
Okay, so Joe Biden is 778 years old. The Black Plague is 674 years old. So it's younger.
This is bullshit. I'm the reason the institution failed.
Alright, just a few more left. That's fine. You can bring it back.
This is bullshit.
You're fucking ahead of me.
This is bullshit.
One point. You can bring it back, Ron.
Mr.
The
Murphy.
Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. I mean, mate, what do you expect? Is that older or younger than the Black Plague? Take your time.
I'm gonna go younger,
I can. Yeah.
just 'cause it sounds like the same era as like Rodal and shit like that. So
I'm.
Roll Dahl.
He's like,
Roll Dahl. You say Roll Dahl.
He's like 20th century. He's 20th century. Roald Dahl was like what, like the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah. Mate, you see the books?
yeah, exactly.
So why is Geoffrey Chaucer?
Jeffrey
I see his logic.
He's in the same category
Okay,
as
Jeffrey
Rodal. So
Epstein-
obviously be fucking younger
Well,
than the
fucking-
Black Plague.
All right, well,
Okay,
Jeffrey
well-
Epstein wrote Pirates of the Caribbean in fucking 1702. I don't know.
Okay, well-
it's younger.
First of all, Ron, you're right with your answer that you're saying he's younger, but he's not with Roald Dahl. He wrote the Canterbury Tales in 1392, so so it is younger. You're both right, but
Yeah.
questionable. Yeah, you're both right. Yeah.
We're geniuses.
Okay,
Are they good books? I don't know.
the Canterbury Tales is the most classic piece of English literature since Shakespeare.
Have you read them?
Of course,
No,
yes.
because I'm too old. I was there.
I was the release party.
Right, just the last five. So you can bring it back, Ron. You've got 1 point behind. The English Anglo-Saxon language.
Oh, this is
is that older or younger? They see their faces. It's like, what's going on? Okay, so is that older or younger than the Canterbury Tales? You're saying older? Ron is having a little think about it.
I actually don't know this.
I'm gonna go older.
I don't know.
Go
This.
older?
I don't.
Older than 13 something.
1392.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, oh, the language. Oh,
It's the Anglo-Saxon language.
this is rough. Because I know if you go back that far, more or less, you wouldn't be able to understand people. But I don't know how.
You don't understand people now.
No, exactly. Gorgie.
You've been to Falkirk.
I've been to Gorgie right now. Someone say, "Hey, vriend, what? Milk?"
Okay, so are you both saying older?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Geoffrey Chaucer,
Because what do they
1392.
write it in? Or actually, I don't
Well, no,
know.
it's
I don't-
Shakespearean language. Isn't it?
Fuck.
Oh, but the Anglo-Saxon language was the 5th century, so you're both right. Okay. Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
You said older.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's older. 5th century from
Thank-
1392. Okay.
Thank fuck.
Okay.
With an F.
This might pull into Ron's favourite game because he's a biologist.
Say this.
Because I will lose the point.
Well, you got the choice, right?
Regis Philbin is 93 years old.
I mean, Roald Dahl is 600 years old. Okay, right. Methuselah is the oldest tree in the world.
Jeez.
Is it older or younger than... Wait, you said don't show your answers. You can cover up your answer. Okay, so is it older or younger than the English Anglo-Saxon language? Okay, I got it. Okay. Ron, you're saying?
Older.
I'm saying older. I did it first, just for the record.
Apparently, the oldest tree in Scotland is over near Pitlochry.
I thought he was going to say his age then. It's over 20 years old.
It's 7'5".
No, I don't know the age of it.
How tall's Ron?
7'5".
No, it's 7'5".
I don't know the age of the tree. I just know it's over.
Right, Methuselah is currently around about 4,850 years old. There was an older tree called Prometheus, cut down in 1964 by a student who wanted to research it, who was 5,000 years old.
Wankstein.
Oh, right.
Why'd you do it?
I don't know, I want to ask the guy.
Why'd you do it?
You want to find out the age of it? That's how you find out the age. You cut it.
Oh, the
and
ring,
then
the rings, yeah.
Yeah.
Big ass, thick ass tree. Okay,
And
next
yeah,
on.
5,000 years old.
Carbon scoring.
Okay. Hinduism is the oldest language in the world. Is it older or younger than Methuselah, the oldest tree in the world? Reveal your answers as soon as you're ready.
I'm gonna say older.
Older.
Fuck.
Methuselah is 4,850 years old, approximately. Hinduism, oldest language in the world. 4,000 years old, it's younger.
Jesus.
After everything
So-
I put into you, we let each other down.
Okay, so Ron, you need to get the next two, and for Joe to get one wrong, for you to take this, okay?
Fuck.
Joe, you just need to get one right, and you can
This is
vote.
all just for 1 point on the board.
Nah, you'll get whatever points.
How many
you want.
points are there?
There's 15 points available
15.
here. The next
Okay,
one, the next
so-
activity, you'll have like 2 points. Okay.
So
Right, so the next
4,000
one,
something.
we're going from Hinduism to the invention of the wheel. Is that older or younger?
Older?
You sure?
No.
What kind of wheel am I talking about?
The first wheel.
Or the steering wheel.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Or the cart wheel.
Or Cartman. No, it's a Cartman.
I don't know who invented it, but I redefined it in 2003.
Okay, so the invention of the wheel, is that older or younger than
Well, if you're not being a fucking pedantic Philistine, you're talking about the first wheel, so I'm gonna go older.
But how do we know when that was invented?
I don't. I'm guessing.
So you're saying older. Ron?
Hieroglyphics. So I'm going to say older.
I'm gonna kill you if I get
There's going to be some like cave paintings with like a drawing of a wheel.
of an iPad
So
3.
Hinduism is 4,000 years old. The invention of the wheel, 5,500 years.
Fucking right.
Yeah, both right.
You got a good poker face, but I can see through it.
Okay, the last one. So Ron, you need this to draw,
Thanks.
and you need to, if you get it, you won. Or if he gets it wrong. And it's actually a bit of a doozy. The sun.
Wait.
exactly. You got to think about it. So, is that older or younger?
You're just going to give it to whoever wants it, right?
Is it older or younger?
Which sun? What are you talking about?
Well, I can't tell you.
The magazine?
I have it written down here, so whatever I've got written down there, is it older or younger?
You can't trick us by omitting
This
information.
is my answer. Joel, look away.
Okay.
Alright, this is my fucking answer then.
Okay.
Alright.
You both put different answers.
Oh!
50-50.
So, it's what I've got written down.
Use a lifeline.
Derek,
Okay, so Ron needs this to draw. You need this to win.
you can't draw anyway.
So Ron put younger. You put older.
So I did.
And it was the sun. Going from the invention of the wheel, 5,500 years old. The sun was first published in 1964.
This is fucking bullshit!
Younger.
This is fucking bullshit.
Thank you.
Page
for
3 doesn't even exist anymore! Why are you still buying the sun?
You both got 10 points.
Because we want to hear the allegations about Johnny Depp and Amber
Alright, yeah,
Heard.
beating his fucking wife off to the goddamn sun, page 3. I don't care. This
So
is
we
bullshit.
drew.
This is bullshit!
Well done,
You
Joe.
both have 10 points.
Alright, you know what,
Well
Ron?
done.
I'll
We
take
got
it.
5
Give
wrong.
yourselves a little applause here. Give yourselves a little.
This is bullshit. bullshit.
You could have won that if you played the card.
Have I thought outside the box?
I mean, like, we should have known what we were going to do after the Biden thing.
Of
so.
course. Right. So George Floyd, no.
Do you want to talk about George Floyd? Do you want to talk about that?
We're not going to talk about that. No, we don't.
No?
No,
Okay.
we're not talking.
We're not talking about politics.
No.
We can talk about president election. Not about fucking vote. Show on that. You do not want to know what Joe is. Just show this.
You wrote it.
No, I didn't write shit. I didn't write shit.
That was great.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that?
What other topics have you guys got to talk about? Okay.
I just brought Star Wars. What do you have? There's a Spider-Man epidemic right now, but I can go into that later.
Like trends and stuff like that through lockdown.
What mattered to you this year that was really like, man, that's a 2020 thing. This wouldn't have happened any other year. Aside from the pandemic, which happened 100 years ago.
I don't know. Well, along the same lines as like sports stuff, I got back into like kayaking, which I did as a child and then stopped for.
Expensive hobby.
It's not that expensive.
No, you got a boat. You can hire a boat.
You can hire shit. Like that's what I had to do because I didn't like I sold all my stuff when I was younger because I didn't paddle for 7 years.
Do you have insurance for that?
What do you mean by insurance for that? Like
If you hit your head off a rock, you like.
I know.
No, cool.
Yeah, you have insurance in
You
case
can
you
just
lose.
sue God.
You have insurance in case you lose shit like the boat or the paddle or stuff like that. But if you hit your head, like, no.
Yeah,
Which is why
you done it yourself there. So.
Yeah, like you wear a helmet to protect yourself in case of these things. But like, there is always the risk of danger or death and stuff like that. You're in a water sport. You're in a
Rocks, fast water, white water.
Rocks.
Derek.
Derek drowning me.
He extends himself to your height of 7'7" actually, and he chases you through the water like the rake.
Wait, you say 7'7"?
7'7".
I thought you said 7'9".
No, he's 7'11".
7'11".
So I got back into sports, I guess, and like kayaking. So that wouldn't have happened really, I don't think, without a pandemic because I had free time. I had weekends back.
You were too focused on the bad things in life, like drinking and girls and.
Who says they're bad?
That's true.
I'm saying it because you're a happy person now. You have a glow on your face. You look like a Christmas elf.
Those things didn't stop, Joe.
Okay, that's fair enough. You can multitask then.
Just.
Watson blood.
Just about.
I think that's important is what the people in lockdown did new hobbies. Like, I fucking started this shit. I started learning French. I learned the keyboard. Like,
You learned the keyboard?
Well, I started to.
You can play
Get lucky. That's literally it.
C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
Yeah, that is just me, not even the keyboard. C, D, E, F.
And you have to like set like realistic things as well though. Like a lot of people like, especially like New Year's and stuff like that, everyone's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. So like everyone's like, I want to do traveling. That obviously got put in the head.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never one for like, I want to go like, I'm not like a certain person we always used to work with who used to go off to Georgia all the time.
Mark. Big Mark.
I'm not like
Mark Tate, for listening. We're still thinking about you.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man, inside and out,
Jazz radio
especially
show.
inside. You should. Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, so like travel's not a big thing for me, but like small, like get back into sport, like work out, play the fucking keyboard, learn French. Like they need to be like kind of attainable, I think.
Yeah.
I
They're
don't
not
like.
attainable.
I hate people who like put shit down that are like not attainable in whatever.
I'm gonna
context
learn
it is.
Mandarin. I'm gonna reconnect with my estranged father, and I'm also gonna travel the world in 80 days. It's like, calm down.
Yeah.
You can learn Mandarin
you're
over
not
like
fully
2
That's
months.
like, I think that's people, most guys once said like that is every year someone's like, they put unrealistic goals. It's like, you should just really, I think really to start off putting your goals out.
1 week
Just
at a
understand, what?
1 week at a time, man.
1 week at a time, but also understanding like what you can actually achieve, because there's dreams and things you know you cannot achieve. I will never be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I don't want to be number one, but you know, there's dreams in which you can achieve, but you have to make them realistic, but make them just, you know, a stretch so you can maybe get it, but it's still doable. So if you're as you say, like if you want to say, oh, I want to travel this year, I want to improve my body image, I want to do this, I want to get a husband or wife, whatever. Like these things are not out, they're out of your control essentially, especially from this year, because as Ron said, if you want to go traveling, you fucking can't do it. You know, you cannot do whatever. You can't go out drinking with your mates. You can't have a baby or do that because it's a fucking shit.
Do you have a sponsor for the podcast yet?
Yeah.
This would be perfect if we had Skillshare. Use the code KBeatBot12 and get your first month half off.
You know, we actually use ExpressVPN, which gives you 83% off the first 3 months. You can use any VPN off it.
If you use an account from Portugal for anything, it's 20% cheaper.
This is currently sponsored by Grand Crew. We'll give you a free Coke table in the fucking toilet. sorry, Grand Crew.
And a vault protect on your way out.
The wall actually comes off as well, so I think they put it in there as well.
But yeah, is there any like dreams that you think you?
There are no cameras in the back, by the way.
Why are you telling people this?
Sure, there are. There are.
No, there
What did you install?
Different. Mario's not saying that. What were you saying though?
So, is there any dreams that you or like something that you wanted to do at the start of the year and like, I'm not gonna be able to do that?
Just there's certain dreams you can't go through with.
Because you started uni.
I started the preliminary course for uni, but I started school for the first time in my life, which is weird because that's strange. It's not really a dream, but it's a good thing, you know. That's something. Gained a bit of self-respect. That's kind of something. I didn't start any hobbies though. I didn't really start doing anything.
Is that something you want to do though?
Yeah, I want to start fucking woodworking.
Carpentry.
Yeah, carpentry. More so like not so much building houses, but I want to start woodworking. I was so interested in that as a kid.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Oh God, Jesus.
No, Harrison Ford.
Buying a helicopter.
And I want to build my own wooden plane and just 9/11 it into every single building.
What's that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns like go in the spruce moose and it's like he makes the casino or something. He's like, sir, we need to escape. He goes, get in the spruce moose, and it's like a paper fucking toy.
But sure, it's a model plane.
Get in. Gets out the fucking gun.
Get in.
Alright, so you say you don't want to. You have self-respect now.
Yeah. So I have a bit more. So now I'm at I was gonna name a name there, but it's not. For an example, I'm like bar back at Grand Cru level right now. It went down a bit.
What do you mean by that?
It was pretty low
You
before.
you've seen someone at bar back at Grand Cru can't have self-respect?
Well, someone that bar back to Grand Cru for a year, yes. Nah, it went down a bit. It's back up a bit. It's building up bit by bit. I don't know. It's good though. You feel slightly better about yourself. I think one thing I mentioned this before actually to someone recently, how nobody ever told me when I was growing up that when people realize things about themselves, like if they realize, oh, this is what's wrong with me, or here's what I've been doing wrong, there's no satisfaction. Like if you're like, oh, I've been an asshole to everyone around me for 6 months because of this reason, and here's what I was doing wrong. There's no moment of grandeur when you like notice these things about yourself because you already know. So when you're trying to like, the whole self-development thing and self-care is like really big these days, especially on Instagram. Like, oh, care for yourself, treat yourself, take care of your mind. Good stuff, good message, but like, there's no satisfaction in realizing what's wrong with you because it's not a realization. You already know. So when you realize it, you're like, oh, okay, well, this feels shit. So now I'm gonna have to put the work in with no motivation to do it. Because I don't know, I see people around me progressing, and I'm like, that's really impressive. Or like my girlfriend or some of my friends, I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool that you're actually developing yourself. But it's not a fun process. That's one thing I wasn't told when I was younger. It's like, just realize your flaws and work on them. Easier said than done. It's not fun. You
can't even identify your own flaws sometimes.
Exactly, and if you do, it's not a moment of realization. You know, it's not. Unless you're doing bad shit in your sleep and you didn't know about it, Fight Club, style. There's no satisfaction in realizing your flaws. It's just kind of like, oh, that makes sense.
So are you saying that if you have flaws, which everyone does, are you saying that you are already subconsciously aware of them and you just don't want to actually acknowledge them, or are you saying that people are forcing you to acknowledge them, get over them, and turn into this kind of?
You know what? I think it's dependent. Because for me, most of my problems, whenever I have them explained to me by someone else, I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah.
Did you accept them as that?
Yeah, I accept them, but I'm like, well, this isn't shocking. I never had it told to me this way, but I knew this inside. I just couldn't articulate it because you needed a perspective. Of course, I knew it deep down. I just didn't know how to talk about it because it's me, Same goes for anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think working on yourself is a very important thing, obviously, but I kind of don't like how it's been commercialized a little bit.
Yeah.
It like all these apps where it's like comforting with this fucking, I don't know, Matthew McConaughey's narrating some book and he's like, you're doing good, it's just like, it's just all about relaxation and keeping.
What's that got to do anything?
No, this is relevant. Because it's all this self-care stuff. It's about meditation, sleep.
Right.
Take care of yourself. Your mind comes first. But it's kind of romanticizing it a bit, where it makes it seem like it's this comforting, pleasant experience. It isn't. It really isn't. If you want to have a nice night's sleep and Matthew McConaughey puts you to sleep, that's cool. But actually fixing yourself, especially if you're an incredibly flawed person, is not. It's not fun. It's not comforting. It's shit.
Talking about flawed people, Ron, what do you do to acknowledge your own flaws? Do you have any flaws?
Do you take responsibility for what you've done?
I don't actually know. I
That's what I like.
You don't.
No, that's what I like about Ronnie. He does he knows that he can't be wrong, but he's right a lot of the time, and he does kind of just he'll stand his ground. And if there's something that you can prove him wrong at, he will apologise.
Even when the court disagrees.
Even when the jury says guilty, but
Quarter by peers, right?
but he is very kind of. I think that's quite a good suit to have. Is that you have to stand your ground and kind of say,
Where is she buried?
that's the next podcast.
Okay, right, that's fine.
That's in the true crime podcast.
It's the Christmas special 2 out of 21.
KBeatBot beat.
No, so like everyone has flaws. I have flaws. I can acknowledge them, and then, but you also at the same point, I don't think you have to work on flaws all the time.
Yeah.
Like so, like fair enough. Like you might be like not.
He's right.
You might not be fit enough. You might not be in shape, but you don't have to actually like start going to the gym 6 days a week. Like you don't have to. Like
Do you think it's by like social media that it's like kind of like that, or is it from friends, family that say that to you?
I don't know. Like no, it's a bit just myself really. Like I can accept. I can see all my friends stuff like fixing their flaws, and I'm like, okay, I can understand why and all that. I'm like, right, I have certain flaws in certain areas and shit like that. I'm like, I could work on it, but at the same point, like it doesn't bother me that much. So like,
Yeah.
I don't have to. That's where I like stand on those things. Like,
Would you say you like your own company?
I don't mind my own company.
That's good. You don't mind it? That's good enough.
Yeah.
It's not a flaw.
I'm saying, yeah.
Like
Alright.
it's like just a natural way of living usually.
Yeah, it's true.
I love my own company until I don't.
There's people that just can't do it though. There's people that can't be alone. They need to have someone next to them. So that's whether in a relationship with a mother, father, or even a flatmate. They just need to be around them all the
Yeah.
time. And that is, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad way to live, but it is very a situation where we're in right now, where you have to be separated from people. That can be extremely scary.
Shall we coin it? Codependent extroverts.
That's what it's called.
Well, I'm just making it up now.
Medical term.
Codependent extroverts.
Change approved.
Dr. Ronky Watson. Order in the court!
Nah, so I like myself, like I growing up and stuff, I've never had any major issues that I've had to deal with or like setbacks or whatever. So I think I have a very kind of sheltered view of these things, which is quite controversial.
It's not controversial.
A lot like all these like a lot of lockdown is look after yourself, look after your mental well-being and stuff like that. And if it's like one thing I've seen recently on like Instagram and stuff like that, it's a lot of things like if you need a mental health day from work, if you need like don't feel bad about taking days off from work, which is fine. Like if you don't feel up for going to work, that's totally acceptable. I understand that. Like growing up as a kid, I missed probably in total from going to school at 5 years old to leaving school at 11. No. 18, 17. I was 17. I was thinking primary school and then high school, right? Anyway, so like through all those years, like I think I missed.
Pirate school.
I'm gonna say no primary.
Oh fuck.
Primary, secondary.
Sorry.
I think I missed. I'm gonna say on total 4 days.
That's pretty good.
Right. I know those 4 days. It was either.
Christmas Day.
Should we
It
cut on?
was either the last day of school, which was a half day, and my parents took me out so we could get like an early ferry to go on holiday type thing, right? No, you do nothing on the last day of school anyway. And then the other days were literally like funerals, and it was a half day. Like if I had a funeral in the morning, I'd go back for afternoon type thing. Like I didn't miss school if I was ill. My mum's a nurse, and it was literally like, right, slap plaster on it, get to school. Like you will feel better type
Have a
thing.
plaster on your
So,
bleeding
like,
throat.
I've got the
And I've grown up that way, and I feel like that's not affecting me that badly. Like it's good to me. It's a good work ethic. Like if I'm generally ill, and it's out of my control, I will have to call in sick. But if I'm hungover, it's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Like I have.
So you take responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, like I knew that I had work the next day. I still went out and got drunk. Like
Fair
I
enough.
have I these people are giving me a job. Like I have to deliver it type thing. Like
You're a strong
they've
character,
employed
Ron.
me. I'm not just calling sick for my own misgivings. So like a lot of these things on Instagram now, it's like if your kids need a day off school for their mental health, I'm like what? To me, which is very controversial,
because I've not gone through these things, very sheltered. I'm like, why the fuck are they needing a day off school? Like,
Yeah.
I get bullying happens, I get these things happen, and there was days like I bullied people, I got bullied, you see it happening, but you can deal with it, you can separate yourself from it. So like, rather than just staying off school to separate yourself from it, just go into school, go to your lessons, and maybe don't sit at the table with everyone that's bullying you, or don't do shit. And that's my point, like my view of these things of like mental health and sort of looking after your mental well-being and self-love and stuff during lockdown. It's
Freudian slip, you said wealth being.
Okay. Here's some wealth. No, I agree with you there. Like, there is now a disparity of mental health and being aware of it, but there's also, you need to kind of get a grip of yourself as well sometimes. I mean that lightly, as in you can't just blame, like, I think we all know people we might have worked with and they blame mental health on reasons that they've done things. So like, for a prime example, they'd be like, you need to take a day off because they just don't feel like coming in. We know it's bullshit. They know that they were out the night before, but they know they can use mental health as an excuse to kind of get away with things. Mm-hmm. That's a different conversation, but mental health is very important, I think, but there's also a point where you need to kind of stand up for yourself, take a grip of things, and just be like, okay, I need to deal with my anxiety, I need to get over this, and kind of, although it's going to be very difficult, progress with that and kind of build a rapport with yourself to actually know that you can get. Sorry, the microphone's. Okay. We've been talking for an hour and a half, no one's hearing it. It's like, do it again, boys. But you have like these issues which are shit to deal with, and I'm not saying in any context that it's light to deal with anxiety or depression or anything. Definitely not. But there are times where people might feel low, and I'm the same. I feel low sometimes, and I get pretty serious anxiety about fucking death. I'm thinking, oh fuck, I'm not going to exist in 5 years. But you have to kind of take a grip of yourself and say, right, okay, well, let's just try and get over this. And that's in like the small context. I'm not saying in like if you have mental illness, but there is people that use it as a weapon, and that you kind of need to teach it to kids to be like, you need to deal with your demons and try to get by them as much as possible, because they're going to keep coming back. So but maybe touching on that, you have Instagram as well. What do you think about Instagram during lockdown? Is it a fucking joke, or
it's a joke?
It's a joke. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a fucking piss take.
Yeah, no, it is a joke. Like I use Instagram a lot.
For what purpose?
Like a variety. Like, it's an entertainment tool. It's a tool for entertainment, really, for me. Like, I'm not addicted to it. I don't post as much of my life. My life is kind of private, unless like the people I follow and follow me, like, they're all my friends. I know them all. Like, really, like, not really well, but like well enough. Like, they're not some random person that I've never met in my life who's gonna be invested in my life. Like, I'm not an influencer. I'm not anything like that. It's like, if I'm doing something that I think someone else might like in my friend group, or like want to see me doing things, I'll maybe put it on Instagram, show them that, right? Like, I'm not going to be like my entire day, like I don't need to show that. But I also think there's two sides to it. Like, there's obviously like it's used a lot for influencing, for like beauty products and like gym products, stuff like that, which is a good marketing tool. Like, it's really good. Like, it's a huge reach of people. But what I really dislike then as well, the whole like back to kind of mental health as well, is that people like put up like before and after photos. It's like,
it's bullshit.
Instagram versus reality.
It's a mirage.
So they put up like half their Instagram. Like, I'm gonna just generalize from what I've seen is girls and women putting up like modeling photos that look stunning. Like, yeah, they could be in catalogs and like magazines, stuff like that. Like, they are gorgeous photos. And then they put up like one post that's such like, it's not always this. Like, here's airbrush and here's reality. Always look after mental health, don't think. And then I think that's such a cop out. I'm like, why put up all these airbrush photos? If you want to support someone's actual mental health and feel bad about it, you wouldn't put up all these like airbrush photos. It would all be the natural product type thing.
I think that I agree with that, and that you see that these influencers or social media personalities who they put up pictures on Instagram and YouTube or whatever, and they're looking fucking gorgeous and everything, as you say, Photoshop. Like, they have people actually airbrushing their photos. Takes hours to do.
Dude, Kylie Jenner, shocking Like every single picture she posts, she looks like a completely different person. And then if you look at an actual picture of her, she's got a very wide set face for the most part, not fat.
But she's still a good looking girl. Like, I mean,
she's kind of ruining it in my opinion. But
I still would.
I mean, sure, because she's had a Fortnite exclusive Travis Scott inside her already. So you wanna?
Oh, did she ban Travis Scott?
They had a kid together.
Actual?
Yeah, really, for real.
Kanye?
No.
I'm joking.
No, it was Forrest Whitaker, yeah.
But what I was saying was that, so like Kylie Jenner, as you're saying, like, they have these Airbus, and it's not even like Kylie Jenner, she's like one of the most famous celebrities in the world, but it's just like even people who have like 50, 60,000 people on Instagram, or even like 5,000 people, they put up these pictures of them and say, look how great, and they put like hundreds of pictures of them, and then one picture will be of them like going, oh look, it's no makeup day, and it's them with no fucking makeup, and they go, I'm doing this for awareness of like girls don't look this way, and it's like, you should never mistreat a woman, or it'd be a guy as well. And then they put a fucking link to their OnlyFans, and it's like, well, what the fuck are you saying here? Like, what's going on?
What's the message to take away from that?
Yeah, it's
one day of the year you're gonna be real with me.
Yeah, it's just like, it is a fucking farce.
But to be fair, that's on you for following these kinds of people. So to be fair,
But it's not. Yeah.
You can't expect the lack of depth.
That's also like the algorithms at work as well. So like we all watched all the Great Hack and Social Dilemma and stuff like that, right?
Who's
like
who?
I'm the three of us sitting here. I know
one.
I know two of us have watched them, so I was just like,
I watched half of the Social Dilemma, so I understand.
Yeah, so like I find that really interesting, like the algorithms that work behind these things and pulling people's interests in ways. I think that's really clever because the overall perspective is we have self-control, right? That is what makes us human technically.
Speak for yourself.
And makes us different and apart from everyone else. So we have self-control, we have choice, right? You have a choice to look at it or not, right?
Sure.
And these people are just trying their best to manipulate that into it. And I think that's really fascinating, like the psychology behind it, right? But then it goes into the whole sort of like people get really drawn into that and really captured by it. I think that's then bad. But the fact that they can't see that themselves, I find quite disturbing.
It's a bit of a trap. Yeah, lots of young people especially get trapped in it.
It's not just young people, it's everyone.
No,
it's
I know.
literally everyone. It's
But
like
they're the
kids
most,
to
but they're
old
the
people.
most susceptible though, is all I'm saying. Like they don't know any better.
Yeah.
But older people, it's just kind of like.
No,
not
old
at
people
all.
as well. It doesn't, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, you still have people like The Rock or something. Like, like The Rock is one of the most friendly people you see like on Instagram. I think he has like 200 million or whatever.
He's the most followed.
He's the most followed, and like his lifestyle is so out of reach. No one's ever gonna.
Do you think he's on the juice?
Yes. Yeah. He brings his own gym with him, doesn't he? He travels around with him, but he literally, his body is. You're never going to be able to get that. He's like in his 50s now. He must be what, 49, 50.
Pretty old now.
Yeah, so he's in his 50s and he's shredded to fuck. He's hot. He's 6'2".
Always helps.
Then Ron is 7'11". So
He's 6'5" actually, and Ron is
6'5".
8'1". So you're wrong.
So he has this like lifestyle, which you see he's really rich, and he projects this, and he doesn't mean to project it to negatively. He's just kind of showing that he has this great life. But it's, as older people will see that, The Rock, they could be in their 50s. You compare, like, I mean, my mum and dad as well, they're in their 60s, but 10 years ago they could have looked at that and gone, that could have been me. I want to look like that, or why do I not look like that?
I could have been a 6'5" Samoan.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't. The thing is, when you look at someone like in social media now.
No, of course, I know what you mean.
You look at. I mean, I look at a guy who's in in their 30s and they're a gym fucking freak or whatever. And they've got a following of 1 million people.
I'm just experiencing that now because I'm 22 now. I'm not a baby anymore. I'm seeing people on a TikTok who are like 18 and they're famous, rich, and occasionally jacked. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're either like in a guy. It's like a guy who is really hot. He's got the same shit haircut. He's he's jacked. Or it's a girl who is very pretty. She's got fake ass, fake boobs, whatever. And did I say boobs? Sorry. Titties.
Fake tits.
And it's kind of scary in that these guys have this like fantastic lifestyle because they didn't get this. They didn't fucking build this. It was given to them by their parents mostly. Like I bet if you did a survey on all of them, it was like 95% of them. They had money from the parents, so they could literally just sit around all day, work out in the gym for 8 hours a day, so they can get the great body. They've got someone photographing them. They know technology or something. So that this kind of all like. It's just a fucking falsehood. It's just kind of like something you just can't really look into. It's all fake for me. So, but as I said before, like I'm 32. If I look at someone who's 32, like jacked, I kind of go, oh, why don't I look like that? Why don't I have the girls hanging out with them? Why don't I have the Lamborghini? It's kind of, I don't personally take it into account, but I'm thinking, my life is so shit compared to hers. And it's true. I mean, look at the state of my flat. It's just like, I'm playing Fortnite, I'm fucking 32. I've got headphones with tape on, you know, it's like, so it is about perspective, and I think in 2020 especially, you know, everyone's looking at their phones now, their own, like, you know, yeah, I mean, you can piss. I need to piss as well, actually. Do you want me to stop it?
No, keep going.
So,
I find that like there's like 100 different social medias now, and like they're all coming out new ones, and things are like dropping off the face of the planet, like MySpace and Bebo. Like I've never had them. Like growing up, I got Facebook when I was 13 or 14, I think it was, because everyone at school was
that was
getting
like
it.
2 years ago.
Yeah, everyone at school was getting it, and I was like, you know what, I want to be part of this, because that was the whole thing. Yeah, you want to be included, like you want to see things that your friends are seeing. But then now, I don't really give a shit about that. Like my like main social media that I like look at or use or whatever is like Twitter or Instagram. Like I don't like, the only reason I use YouTube is to fucking listen to this podcast.
And no one does that.
No one does that, but like I know people who are literally dead, like conversations about like people who are like bloggers and YouTubers. I'm like some of these people are famous, like like they have so much recognition. I have no idea who they are because I don't follow that one thing. Like I don't follow these people on social media. Like I follow my friends because that's who I'm interested in. But I get how people are drawn in, maybe don't have a friendship group as say like as strong or as wide as mine is. Like I have like very core friends and then out with friends type thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of people then get hooked on to these people that because they talk to them, so like because the influencer or whoever they are just talks in a nice way, including them all like
saying the right words,
and because
like hashtags,
because they're watching it to themselves on their phone or on their laptop, it becomes their friend, and then they try and assimilate to that.
Yeah.
And I find that quite disturbing, and I think that's a big mental health issue. Like,
I think what you actually mentioned there was, like, as you say, so Bebo, MySpace, like fucking Foursquare and all that.
What year is that?
Exactly, no, but they were the first kind of social networks. You had like MSN Messenger, but their purpose was for you to connect with friends. It wasn't for finding other people. It was to connect with your friends.
You had to
speak
know
someone
them
after
before.
school. You had to know them before.
Like you had to know who their email address was to get them on MSN. Like
that's it. And even Facebook was the same in that they created it because you wanted to pick up girls. And
There was chat rooms.
Yeah.
There were chat rooms.
There was chat rooms, but
but
again, you don't know
you
the
don't make
people.
friends
there.
that. It's just your name, and you just put your opinions down.
Never know.
But then you
Well,
have
I
these,
don't use those things.
You don't make friends wrong, you make lovers. That's the difference. Okay.
Then you have these like kind of other apps now. They have the Instagram, and fucking I don't know, like TikTok, whatever. But they're not built to make friends. They're built to make content. They're built to make photographs and videos.
Yeah.
So you're not personable with the other people. You can be, but it's personable between MySpace and like MySpace and Bebo was hilarious. I fucking loved it because you go on MySpace and Bebo, you send a love heart and Bebo, and you'd be like, oh hey mate, how's it going? Even though he's right next to you in the fucking room, and you'd be hilarious. But then now it's like I scroll through Instagram and I have to like scroll through like 16 different people to find Ron's post about him going out with Derek on the kayak. I'm like, okay, love. I'm going for a piss as well. You guys can.
Bebo.
Remember Bebo?
I never used it.
Oh, fuck, it's great, mate.
So I think that's so there's three of us here. Obviously, generational things. Calvin's older.
What the fuck?
He's not in the room yet.
We got boomers, we got X, we got Z.
I'll be out of the room for 1 minute.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we got the three different rooms. So like Calvin was always chatting about Bebo and MySpace shit. I never had that. My first one.
Let's cram it in. Get close to the mic. Let's cram it in. He was born in fucking 1978. Thinks he's fucking hot shit. But honest to God, I swear I could knock the fuck out of this guy. I swear to God, Kelvin B. I'll fucking swing your goddamn teeth out, you motherfucker. You try stepping up to me. Seriously, I'll knock you out. You're on your fucking deathbed, old man.
Just a quiet night in.
Ron, your turn.
I can't do that.
Okay, that's fine. What are we talking about, Bebo?
Yeah, like generation. So like he's obviously older, so he's three like ones before me, and then my first ones were like MSN, and then like Facebook, all that, and then now your one is like I doubt the two of us have TikTok. Like
No.
he probably does the whole full girls, but I don't have TikTok. You have TikTok though. Like
No, I don't. Like
you don't? Oh, okay.
TikTok is actually the first time in my life that I've felt like I don't get it, or like it's for people younger than me, because I've always been the youngest person in any group. But TikTok last year I was like, okay, I just have to admit this. I don't get this.
Yeah.
It's not for me. This is for people younger, and that's the first time I felt that in my life. So.
But then so like using like social media platforms, I like the whole like I love and really like the idea of being able to manipulate them for good and bad.
Manipulate. That's Ron's favourite
Right,
word.
so it's good and bad. So yeah, you get people who are using it for
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
like
why
they're
not?
self-starting businesses. Like it's a good way to get out there. You follow the right people. You like get recognition in the right places. All these things, right? And they're the hype ones.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry.
So like for like new starts, and like I think it's really good. But then like you can use it for like politics, which obviously Facebook got in a lot of trouble for. Instagram, owned now by Facebook, is getting
Yeah,
a lot of trouble
Facebook
for
are like banning like right wing stuff straight out. Yeah.
and they're getting in trouble now for like nudity and shit like that on Instagram and stuff like that. You know, R.I.P.
Eric Andre posted a nude photo of himself hanging dong, and it was on Instagram for at least 18 hours though. That was cool.
Oh, so he's running down the beach? No.
No, it's just a picture of him with his cock out. And it was on Instagram for about 18 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So that was progress, but then it went way back.
But like what I like the whole like TikTok thing is now a new thing, but it's also Chinese industrial product, and so Donald Trump thought this is a bad thing.
Oh, to be fair, it is an information stealer in it.
But at the same point, if he had used it, he could use it to his advantage because of the demographic it targets.
TikTok?
Yeah. No,
You should Pokemon go to the fold.
the demographic that Pokemon fucking Pokemon that TikTok appeals to are just starting a voting age.
That's a fair point.
So rather than like demonizing it, if he had used it to his advantage, he could have.
He should
won
sing a
this.
crazy Justin Bieber song. I'll get kids on it.
Like
You've got that yummy.
Like he managed to use and manipulate Facebook back in the day for these things. He may as well have used TikTok rather than demonizing it. So I think it's really interesting.
He's a fool. It's a powerful tool, probably the most powerful tool you could use right now, social media. I don't know how to crack it.
Plus, like it's less harmful in the environment than posting out leaflets every day for the Mormons.
What?
Why did we look at Joe?
Is that how you think the Mormons spread the word? Alright, we'll move on.
Right, let's listen. So you want to talk about Spider-Man?
Nah, I was
No, you said it's an epidemic. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna talk about the Spider-Man problem. Tobey MaguIre. Okay.
So here we go. Tobey MaguIre.
I say this.
Ron's leaving because he's like, yeah, fuck Tobey MaguIre.
So
Peter Parker.
Every time Joe's on here, it's Tobey
I've got a
MaguIre.
theory. I've got a theory that's
Okay.
backed up by
Let's
truth.
Google Tobey MaguIre.
No, before you do that, we get a picture of his face. You better put it in the podcast, right, for this topic. Tobey MaguIre. So Tobey MaguIre is coming back for the third Spider-Man movie, apparently. Multiverse film. $15 million deal, supposedly, that he wants. $15 million.
50 million. Marcus Chong is getting 20.
Marcus Chong is getting 20. He's the boom mic operator, but he's getting 20 million. Tobey MaguIre wants $15 million, apparently.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about that.
MaGuire for hire. Did I tell you about that?
MaGuire for hire. Okay, right.
MaGuire for hire.
Okay.
Tobey MaGuire
Yeah.
is falling on such hard times that I've...
No, he's not. He's not.
This is bullshit. I've got an explanation for this. I have an insider. His name is Fred.
What, like Fred, like who Fred Astaire?
Yeah, no, Frederick.
Oh, Attenborough.
Frederick Attenborough. He observes hot people. MaGuire was one of them. MaGuire's fallen on such hard times that he applied for a Tobey MaGuire lookalike service called MaGuire
We
for Hire.
didn't.
No,
We didn't.
let me finish. Let me finish. I know these things. It's not funny. It's quite sad. He applied for a Tobey MaGuire lookalike service called MaGuire for Hire, and they turned him away because he doesn't look enough.
When did you go? Did you go this year? Because he's 75.
It was last Monday. They turned him away because he didn't look enough like Tobey MaGuire.
MaGuire.
So it's just a bunch of Tobey MaGuire lookalikes. And they looked him up and down and they're like, nah, mate, you look more like a Leo. Like,
Nah, but you look like Robert De Niro.
That's my Spider-Man story.
Is that your conspiracy?
It's not a conspiracy.
No, that's not true. Okay?
It's a fact.
Well, I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google MaGuire for hire.
My friend Fred, he is Tobey MaGuire lookalike who works at the company MaGuire for Hire.
MaGuire for hire. Okay, let's have a look.
It's like
I'm gonna Google this.
It's like
Oh, there's one in Glasgow.
It's like a birthday cloud service. For Tobey MaGuire.
What's your obsession with Tobey MaGuire? Why do you?
He seems like a fun guy. Tobey MaGuire for hire. Hire Tobey MaGuire?
Hire Tobey MaGuire.
We said MaGuire a lot in the last minute. It's kind of making me sick.
Your drinking game. Every time you say it, you have to drink.
Oh, I've got that covered.
So well, you can actually book him.
No, you can't. That's even more bullshit than what I just
You can't
said.
look at his face. That's
That's a
bullshit.
15-year-old picture.
That is bullshit.
That's a 15-year-old picture, dude.
No, he's
Wait,
15
hold
in
on.
that picture.
Tobey MaguIre's aura of youthful
My
sensitivity.
citation on request
Wait, hold on, I'm reading
I
it.
want a quote.
I want to know what he's about. The real him.
Despite we're having a socially distanced party, please come.
Tobey MaguIre's aura of youthful sensitivity and his dry, understated delivery have allowed him to corner the market on coming-of-age roles.
What else have you been in?
Seabiscuit.
That was a good movie.
That's actually alright.
What was his last movie? What was Tobey MaguIre's last?
A Great Gatsby. No, it was Pawn Sacrifice, where he plays Bobby Fischer,
Oh yeah.
master
okay.
chess player.
What?
Pawn Sacrifice. He played is an autobiography of a
Yeah.
real.
So,
I think that was his last movie.
Yeah, was it? Who's it?
I didn't watch it.
I'm pretty sure the guy who played the Russian guy was a guy called.
What Russian guy? Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, it was either Kieran Tierney or someone else.
His final film was he's a producer.
Oh.
Oh, was it an adult film? Oh no, it's The Boss Baby.
Oh.
What is that? Is he a voice in that?
He's adult Tim and also the narrator.
Boys in the Wood.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Oh, I've
So
seen
not
that.
Boys in the Hood.
Pawn Sacrifice 2014.
Okay, so the Boss
He
Baby.
looks old as fucking that.
Boss Baby was his last official.
He's going to be in
Starring
as
film.
producer. Why doesn't he act anymore?
Because nobody fucking wants him.
Let's have a look.
Because
Why?
he's got a
I want
really
you.
dry sense of humour and dry way of.
He does not have a dry sense of humour. He's a fucking.
Keep the
kid.
change.
Why did Tobey MaguIre disappeared after Spider-Man? Let's have a look.
Ron, I was telling a story about how Tobey MaguIre recently applied for a Tobey MaguIre lookalike service called MaguIre for Hire, and they turned him away because he didn't look enough like Tobey MaguIre.
This website shit. That's conspiracy number
Would you
4.
not? Would you not like to hire like a MaguIre for your birthday?
We can hire him for this one. We've got the website right there.
they'll
Look,
do it for
Tobey
free,
MaguIre
I'm sure.
booking.
Now dig on
Check availability. I'm gonna check availability. Let's see. Should we call that number?
Call that number,
Should we
yeah.
call the number?
It's an international number. Let's call
Oh,
it.
give me a phone. I'm joking.
No, let's call it. Why not? Let's
Oh, you
book
call
him.
it.
Oh, come on. I'm the student here. I don't make money.
Right here.
You want to call it? It's Ron.
If
It's
it's Sunday.
My last.
Oh, they've got a European number. Oh, it's British.
oh, nice.
My last missed call was from Podcast Nightmare.
I called you. I was banging on the door because a bunch of gorgy wolves were gnawing at my toes, and you guys wouldn't let me in.
Wait, are we calling this?
You want to do it?
It's
Put it on
Okay.
speaker. Someone else can talk. Joe can talk.
Yeah, Joe, you
Joe's
go.
like, I'm your biggest fan.
Right, okay, so it's well, I think this is London number, so it's 020
Yeah.
7293
Yeah.
0959. Put it up to the speaker. So.
I'm glad that you're doing it.
It's a Sunday though. No one's gonna answer the phone.
No, no one's gonna answer that. I'm glad it's on your phone, Ron.
Sorry, but the number you have called is currently unavailable.
Fuck off. Fuck
Call the
off.
United States. Just run it down.
None of that one.
No, we'll put through a contract. So name of artist or speaker. What's put me? Okay. We'll put the KBeatBot Podcast.
The KBeatBot. Yeah, we'll put the request in. Maybe he'll respond.
Yeah, price request, availability, booking. We'll tick all of them.
Yeah.
Event type, public or private?
Private.
What do you mean private?
It's for us.
It's so sexy. One's like private.
Private.
I want him in private. Company name. Oh, we don't need to put that name.
No, that's fine. Kelvin. Kelvin.
Joseph Morlin.
Kelvin B. Kelvin B. Colin.
I actually have an email for the podcast.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Stick
No,
it in.
actually, yeah.
If he responds, I'd really love to have him on for like
I can't remember what it is.
let's be honest, with how slow he is these days, it'll probably be for the Halloween episode this year.
So after this, we're going to play another game, and then we'll
wrap up, yeah.
we'll wrap up.
Do you think,
It's nice and warm. It's kind
should we should all dress up as variants of his roles when he comes over for Halloween?
So Spider-Man.
No, it's Seabiscuit. Ron, you can be
Yes, the horse.
I'm a bit too tall for the jockey. You know,
You can be
I'm
the-
7'8".
Alright, I'll be the no.
Oh no, it has to be 2 inches though. Or is it,
What were we at?
8'1". 8'1".
Yeah, 8'1". I
8'1".
think it was 7'11".
It was 7'11", so you're 8'1".
7'9"
7'9", okay.
to go with the rules of the game. I'm too tall.
But you said 8'1", so now it's.
8'1".
Oh no, you have to go. Because you
7'11".
7'. Okay, so 8'1".
I'd love to go to that store 7-Eleven, which is also Ron's height. There you go. 7-Eleven's awesome in the Philippines, by the way. Fucking awesome. There's so much shit there.
I thought they were just a petrol station.
No,
That's a
no.
racist, man. What, Philippines have infrastructure.
No, 7-Eleven's an American thing, though.
No, but I mean, he's talking about the Philippines.
Yes.
They can have fucking petrol stations on like a corner in the Philippines, but Joe
Listen,
was like,
Ron, they don't
I
have
didn't think they were
petrol.
much
It's the
more than-
Flintstones there.
I think it was much more than literally just a petrol station and like a petrol shop.
No,
Like,
no, to
they
be-
have like chocolate bars and de-icer next to each other.
What's the event? What the event should I put for Tobey MaguIre?
Halloween party.
Halloween party.
Well, it's realistically speaking, we're not going to get him for until Halloween. Oh, you know,
Okay, next week.
Easter. Say Easter.
Fly
Wait,
about
we're having an Easter
He could be the Easter Bunny.
reenactment.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Jesus.
He could be Jesus.
Yes. We're having an Easter reenactment.
Easter
Reenactment for-
reenactment. Is he religious?
I don't know.
If I could spell, okay, just Easter recycle, okay. Which I
For,
can't spell.
for the kids. For the
Or-
kids.
No, not kids. For the podcast.
For the grown-ups.
I like how we're inviting him, even though no one can see it.
Based in. No, I'm recording it.
Oh, okay, right.
No, I'll take a screenshot.
Did you record it on your laptop webcam?
I could actually do that.
I hope,
So yeah, the next.
I hope he responds to this.
I wish I could remember how to do that.
Based.
In Scotland, in Edinburgh, in Scotland.
Thing is, he probably pays someone to respond to every PR request.
I don't think this is actually a real website. That's
Even
why-
saying
So
yes or
the-
even saying no. Like there's probably someone that's sitting there getting paid to respond to every bit of fan mail there is.
His agent. This isn't even fan mail. This is a real request. This is a.
Well, I sent a Christmas card to Marcus Chung's manager. I'm still not.
Really?
I mean, second class post. Like
Probably not there yet.
Hey,
the postal system.
because I sent a Christmas card to my friend in America and she got it like by Boxing Day.
Really?
So they've got my fucking mail, okay?
So Marcus Chung should have his
He's
hands on
probably
your.
getting like X-rayed going into the maximum security facility.
Budget is no like £10.
If we pull together,
Nah,
no
like
30.
a million.
No 30.
No, we'll just say budget is not a question. No, budget is no problem, no issue.
Yeah.
Hope to hear
I mean, we've all been saving through furlough, so it'll be fine.
exactly 8%. You soon
8% of his usual fee.
the KBeatBot
The KBeatBot.
podcast.
I really hope he gets back to us.
It's not going to be him, is it? It's probably the fake
No, but I hope.
websites.
Okay, well, I hope he's like,
So
hey guys, how you doing?
Couple of kisses, 3 kisses, not 4.
XXX. That's a bit ominous.
I believe that's too many kisses.
That's the amount of X's on a bottle of liquor in a fucking old
Okay, so
cartoon.
we're booking Tobey MaguIre, and we're putting Easter recital for the podcast, based in Edinburgh, Scotland. Toby can be Jesus. Budget is no issue. Full stop. Hope to hear from you soon. The KBeatBot Podcast.
That's tempting.
Actually, we'll put love
How would he not be tempted by that?
the KBeatBot Podcast, and Joseph Morlin. And
Your biggest fan.
And KeyRon. Key as a key. Ron Watson.
And
Who lives in Collington.
That's like the main thing I'm now getting.
You want me to say corporate and private bookings? What other bookings are there?
Wedding.
Well, it's private, more or less.
Something.
Wait, you're not going to book.
Not allowed.
405.
What's this?
Niginks.
Careful.
405
Okay,
not
well,
allowed.
he's not allowed then. Okay.
You've got 1,000 unread emails. What is wrong with you?
That's just one account. I've got
What is wrong with
I've got
you?
like 6,000 in the other one.
What is? It's only older people that ever do this. I'm sorry.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
up.
But
You
no-
don't even have email.
Nobody around my age. I'm on Usenet. Everyone in my age has no.
Because you didn't have the option. You see, I had the option when I was old. I swipe everything to delete now.
You're still getting fucking LimeWire emails. Is that why?
Yes. No, but like when you're older, it was hard to delete emails because you had to like click every single one and then click to delete, and it's like now you go on your phone just
The
like
pain.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
How far back does this go?
What the unread emails?
Yeah.
Fucking what's this? I don't know, 15, 20 years. Right. Right.
Federer.
Ron is 8'3". We're gonna start finishing this up. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Ron?
Nah, not really. Like,
Ron doesn't want to talk.
I like joining in. I don't like making topics.
You like joining in?
We've heard that before, haven't we?
Okay.
Okay, so the next
Grand Crusade Party 2017.
Essentially.
the next one is a quick.
The face.
Right, so the next one
I know who you are.
is a quick quiz. It's not a lot of questions. 7 questions. Okay.
That's not enough.
That's a lot of questions.
Shut up. Okay, I had to make it up this morning. Okay. It's about 2020 that things are going on, and you guys just need to give me your answers now. You've got paper and pens because you can't just say it out because you can cheat. So I want you to write it down, Ron. Keep up.
What am I going to write on? My leg? My mighty thighs that have been growing
We'll
recently.
put on the tense music again.
Good workouts.
This is where we get copyright claimed.
We just filming hung like a horse.
Okay, so this is the 2020 KBeatBot Podcast quiz. And I'm your host.
KBeatBot.
KBeatBot. Okay.
Contestant number 1.
Kelvin Priscilla
So,
Beatty.
7 questions. And you have to get them all right. And remember, you're both on 10 points each. So this could decide who wins.
Whatever happens, this is bullshit.
Also, we've got Ron, who is 8'5".
in the right corner.
I'm 6. I'm 1 for 6. There you go.
1 through 6 down there. Okay, so 7 questions. Are you ready? You have to write it down.
Is that the first question?
No. It's all about 2020-ish. Okay?
Ish.
Okay. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it 1 question at a time and reveal answers, or do you just want to write it down and then give me the answers?
What do you think? I don't mind.
I mind. Do 2 at a time. And then
It's 7 questions.
Yeah, 2 at a time, and then tiebreaker at the end.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Or final.
That's good.
Well, how about we just? Well, I'll say the questions. You write them down, and then we'll go through the answers at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So you can't.
So let's not let anything out.
Okay. First question. Okay. So this is about
I'm not looking
number
at your
1. What kind of vision did last year have? I made this up this morning, so.
Was this a joke or is this a real
So
question?
that's the first question. What kind of vision did last year have? Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Do you think you've got that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ciaran Watson is 8'7" inches tall. But who was the UK Christmas number 1 in 2020?
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh
You would know this, wouldn't you? Fucking Donny Osmond. It wasn't Donny Osmond. Hold on, wait. Shit. I need time.
Oh, I must tell you as well. These are worth 2 points each.
You would know this because you were competing for the fucking Christmas number 1.
Well, maybe I got it.
Pussy. Pussy.
You can find that at any good Spotify. I was gonna say at Spotify stores. Like how old am I?
Apparently, you need to have like 1,000 people listen to your songs before you get put on Spotify.
Yeah.
Really?
Something like that. Like on SoundCloud, you have to have 1,000 listens.
Where would you get the listeners from?
Like
Before?
if you have like
Mum and
SoundCloud
Dad.
or YouTube, if you have 1,000 people.
So you have to basically reference that you've got 1,000 listeners.
Yeah.
And
And then that's to get established on it, and then you can start putting up like EPs and shit.
I just put on SoundCloud and YouTube.
that's all you need.
Right, are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay, number 3. Reykjavik is the capital of Iceland.
What?
Okay,
Oh, well, Reykjavik.
right? Wuhan is where COVID-19 outbroke from. Approximately, what is the total population of Wuhan? I will take the closest answer, whoever's got that.
I think I.
This is tense.
I have literally no clue.
No,
You might as well write an answer.
I made it up, so.
What?
Oh, we have got the answer. Right, have you got the answers then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Cats are better than dogs.
Yep.
Exactly. What was the exact date of the first national lockdown of the UK? And again, I'll take the closest answer first. Oh, this music is great.
It's kind of
Scary, isn't it?
sexual.
What?
What do you listen to?
Can you step away from me? Like, can
It's
you social
sexual.
distance from me?
You got close to me.
That's what they all say, okay?
Julia literally hates you, girl. You put this on every time.
You got your answers?
You know what this means, Julia?
I've got a Gamer Den LED keyboard. Oh no, my answers! Don't read them, please.
Right, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of us is an alcoholic.
Question number 5.
Which one?
Ellen DeGeneres
Oh, come on.
was accused of a toxic work environment on her show during the summer. However, who was the richest person in their 20s during 2020?
You're looking at him right here.
Okay, put yourself.
Nah, that's, I'm talking inside.
See, this is where like knowing people in fucking YouTube and Instagram comes in handy.
I'm gonna.
I knew it. Well, I didn't actually knew it, but I knew like what they were worth.
I'm gonna take a guess. Just a random guess here.
difficult, isn't it? I literally made this up in 10 minutes as well.
Wait.
Yeah, you can change your mind, it's fine.
Alright. I'm ready.
If you're playing at home, sorry.
You can't change your mind at home.
We're literally not interacting with anyone at home, right? They can't even hear us in the microphone.
Who's at home? Yeah, it's just
Right.
like Xbox 360.
Put your answers in the comments so that
Yeah.
I can win.
Yeah, no,
we-
please,
are we
please
on-
subscribe. I need another
Are we
subscribe.
on question 6 now?
We're on question 6 next, okay.
Okay.
Right, question, we both got answers?
Yeah.
Question 6. Homer Simpson has not been funny for over 25 years, but Joe Rogan signed a deal to exclusively stream on his podcast on Spotify. How much was approximately the deal reported to be worth? You know this, don't you?
I actually don't.
I don't, okay.
I don't.
This was June 2020 as well.
Just a total fucking guess.
Okay. I'll take the closest to that one as well.
Thank God.
Okay. Got answers?
Yeah.
Last one. Boris Johnson is a cunt bag, but what is his child's birth first name?
What kind of sense?
Okay, so what is Boris Johnson's first actual name? You're not gonna get it. Well, I literally found this out this morning. I was like, "What,
Oh,
Ron? You slammed your pen down."
hold on,
Yeah.
I'm still writing.
Okay.
How long's this fucking name?
Oh, mate, it's bad. It's bad. You might even get it.
I have no idea.
For this one, I'll give if you don't get it right, I'll give a point for the most creative.
Okay.
Okay. So Ron, if you want to change your answer, he's gonna change his answer.
I think I'm gonna win this. No, probably not actually.
Okay. So each question is worth 2 points. Okay. So if you get it right, 2 points.
what?
And if I feel sorry for you, I'll give it a point. Okay. So 2 points each question.
Okay.
Ron, what the fuck are you doing? It's right in the Magna Carta. Okay. Right. So what I'll do, I'll say the
Come
question, and you just both say to the microphone your answer. Okay.
Okay.
First question: what kind of vision did last year have? Ron,
2020 vision.
are you sure?
Yeah.
I also said 2020 vision.
Show me that. Give yourself 2 points. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Good job.
Supposed to clap wrong.
Right. Next one. Ronkie Watson is 8'11" tall. But who was the UK Christmas #1 in 2020? Joe.
Didn't know, so I said KBeatBot.
KBeatBot, right? What was the song called?
Christmas pussy. I don't know.
What? What the
Meow.
fuck?
A meow for Christmas.
Meow for Christmas. I actually didn't know the name of the
Game
song.
dance. Okay, that's great. Okay, okay. So Meow for Christmas, KBeatBot. Ron, what do you put?
Well, I went with Fuck Boris by the K-TNTS.
The cunts.
Yeah.
Was that Christmas #1?
Might be number 2.
Ron's answer was number 5 at Christmas.
I think it's number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Pretty sure.
KBeatBot and Meow for Christmas was not Christmas #1, so that is the right answer. You have 2 points. But I'll give you 1 point wrong because I like your suggestion. That was good. Ron, you get 1
This
point.
is
Joe,
getting
you get 2.
convoluted. This is getting convoluted.
The actual #1 was Lad Baby, Don't Stop Me.
Oh, lad baby.
Fucking cunts, yeah.
Lad baby.
Lad, baby,
The
come to the
boy-
podcast. We'll kick your ass.
The boy who has like the kids, like the dad who like makes inventions that go on Facebook and stuff. Yeah.
This is
Like he
He's
used
like
to
the
work
Christmas #1 for
he
the
used
last
to work
3
for
years.
NASA or something.
Ron. This is bullshit.
No, he
It's
didn't work for that.
bullshit.
He's like a labourer.
It's bullshit.
I don't know. Right, number 3. Reykjavik is the capital of Iceland. Wuhan is where COVID-19 outbroke from. Approximately what is the total population of Wuhan? KeyRon Watson.
I put 138,000.
138,000. 2 seconds. Why are you laughing?
It's China. It has to be more than that. No, Ron.
Steven is so offended.
Ron, dude, I don't even know if I'm right, but mine is so much more than yours. I said 26.
Okay.
I said 26 million.
26 million.
I have no idea what's even right.
Mate, you wait.
No
This is closest.
I said 26 million.
I don't know how big the
Right,
province
okay.
was.
Now,
You want to look it up online just to make
no,
sure?
I've got it. I've got the number here.
Do you get?
He's trying to work out the differences.
Yeah. No, okay. Ron wins.
This what?
No, but because you said 26 million, It's 11.08 million. Okay. So it is quite close. But
This is bullshit.
Ron basically undercut you, so Ron gets 2 points.
That's all you do. You undercut.
Well, maybe Ron might think this.
He's
We've also got the height thing, so your height is close.
He's keeping track of his own score.
Good, I've got the
See what
story
he's
as well. So
You like to win, don't you?
right, number 4.
We had a Christmas Zoom with our family, right? And it got competitive because I was cheating out several answers.
Ron cheating. Right, number 4. Cats are better than dogs. What was the exact date of the first national lockdown of the UK? Ron Key Watson.
23rd of March, 2020.
I said 24th of March, 2020.
Oh, you both were very close. You're both wrong.
The 20th.
No, the first national lockdown of the UK was in 1665 due to the Great Plague.
This is fucking bullshit.
Wait, read the question again.
What was the exact date of the first national lockdown of the UK?
Oh.
Oh.
So due to the London Great Plague, 1665, but because Ron said 23rd, he's closest. So he gets 2 points.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit!
I'll give you a point because you know what? You both were very close. It was actually the 16th of March for the coronavirus.
Was it 16th?
Yeah.
Really? Because we were still working till the 20th.
Yeah, I was still working.
Hey, mate, don't argue the quiz back.
But Le Mans was
Okay,
working.
1 or 2 points.
You're getting 2, Joe gets 1.
Fucking.
You writing both down. He's writing both scores down.
Oh.
He wants to
No,
win.
I'm doing like a tally.
Okay.
I get for the point and then adding up at the side.
Okay.
So formal.
Number 5. Ellen DeGeneres was accused of a toxic work environment on her show during the summer. However, who was the richest person in their 20s during 2020? Joseph Morlin.
I guessed Ariana Grande.
Okay. Do you know how much she had? Bonus point. If you,
She's.
you can give it like give you a
But how much she made in the year?
Well, if you think Ariana Grande was the richest, what do you think she made during that year?
Oh,
bonus point.
like 30 million.
30 million.
That's
okay.
my guess.
Okay. Ciaran Watson.
I put KSI and 29 million.
Hold on, is it not female?
What?
Is the question not richest person? Is it person in their 20s or female?
Person in their 20s.
Okay, right, I was gonna say.
Okay. How much do you say? How much you guess for KSI?
29.
29 million. Okay. Right. You're both completely wrong.
Also.
You mentioned her before. The ugly girl who gets photoshopped.
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
Oh, for fuck's
Really?
sake! How did I miss that?
She's
One-
still in her 20s.
She's 23. And she's apparently worth from Forbes £1 billion. Well, dollars.
Oh, how did I fuck that up?
Jesus.
0 points.
This is bullshit.
I mean, you both said 30 million.
That's tiny.
You're not even get a bonus point for that.
That's awful.
Right, next one, last 2. Homer Simpson has not been funny for over 25 years.
That can
Facts.
be corroborated. Like, that's not true.
What?
It was funny 20 years ago.
Not 2000.
Simpsons movie came out in when?
I was like,
2007.
that was 1970s. Right, okay.
Fucking Spider
But
Pig.
Joe Rogan signed a deal to exclusively stream his podcast on Spotify. How much was the deal approximately meant to be worth? Wrong key.
3.2 million.
Mate, I make that an episode. What are you on about?
I said 3 million.
Oh.
200,000 the difference.
Oh.
Fuck, Ron.
Higher or lower?
Alright, Ron, I'll shake your cock and let you have this victory because I know you're on the right track here.
So Joe Rogan, the biggest podcast in the world, signed to Spotify exclusively for a reported $100 million.
What the fuck?
Oh wait, so okay,
you
so
win.
is he the voice of Homer?
That's Dan Castellano.
That's Dan Castellaneta.
No, that's
Voice of Homer!
No,
I got
it's
really-
about the podcast.
I got really confused. I was like, is he like getting the voice of Homer on his podcast? Like, is that how much he paid him to be on the podcast?
No, it's about how much the
What?
podcast is worth. See, that's the question.
Joe Rogan is Homer Simpson.
I actually remember this. Yeah, okay.
Joe, okay, so $100 million.
So I get 1 or 2.
You get 2 because you're closest. So.
What? I thought it was 1 point for closest, but 2 for.
No, it's
right.
2 if you're closest, but if it's these ones, it's close. What?
If there's a
I'll
right
give
or
you
wrong
a bonus.
No,
point.
no,
I'll
no.
give you a point. I'll give you a point.
No,
I'll
no,
give you a
don't,
point.
don't. I don't want your
I'll give you a
sympathy.
point.
I don't want your sympathy points!
You've lost it. I'll give you a point.
This is
Joe, you
bullshit.
need it.
You need to get it with the wrong key behind
This
it.
is bullshit. Last question is worth 10 points. How about that?
Okay.
No.
10 points the last question.
What do we know?
Right. Boris Johnson is a cunt bag. But is his childbirth? What is his childhood? Oh, fuck hell. What is his first actual name. As I said, if you don't get it right, you use creative. Okay.
Ron, what are you doing?
He's gonna Google it. He's gonna...
Ron, mine is.
What the fuck? Right, Ron, what did you put? Let's just hear Ron's.
So I put
You don't even know what it is.
Theodore Joseph Johnson.
Alright, I put Gareth Gates.
Which I've literally just looked this up, right? Because I did not believe this. And it's fucking stupid.
It's okay. They're both wrong, but I like
Yeah.
that one. Okay, his full name is Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson.
That's not even that bad.
Okay, so his first name is Alexander. I'll give the creative point. I'll give to you. Gareth Gates. Ron just put the poshest fucking names. He's like fucking Theodore.
Well, can you blame me? Like,
Theodore
Okay, I'll tally up the
Rockefeller.
points there.
I got 9.
Ron, I'm the fucking. What are you fucking doing? Okay.
Listen up, Guables. Fucking don't be tallying up the count.
If Calvin gets a different number, he's fucked up.
Right, Ron got 4. Okay.
This is bullshit.
You got 7. We'll give you an extra.
This is.
We'll give you an extra. one.
Have you?
2.
Okay, here's the thing. So obviously Boris Johnson changed his name from Alexander to Boris. God knows why.
Because his name is Boris. It's Boris Bear. It's like if you like Callum Kerr.
Yeah.
Callum Kerr. His name's actually Callum. It's just like tradition. So.
Is it? Are we on? Is this the Hollywood secrets?
No, it's like middle name. So like in Scotland, in like Celtic regions, I don't think Boris is like Celtic, but you use your middle name
Huh.
as rather than opposed to your.
I thought people just did that because they didn't like their first name.
Probably.
Well, yeah.
Ron, your first name is what, like?
But then in relation to this, and
Bronwyn.
like some guy apparently who's a DJ or something like that woke up on New Year's Day and
Avicii.
changed his name by Deedpool, or what's it called? Deed something?
Deadpool.
No, like
It's
Deed,
alright.
Yeah, Deedpool to Celine Dion.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I saw that one.
Like, of all the fucking things to do, why would you change it to
20?
Celine Dion?
Oh.
Maybe it was 17.
Well, that's the- okay.
What should we say the height thing's going to be worth? Should we make it 5 points?
What the?
Yeah, so whoever gets good.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh, we forgot about that.
Wait, what was the last height you said?
8'11".
Fuck. Okay, that's fine. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right, let's open them up then.
Wait.
Fuck. We just open Be With Me.
So
Should we get the tape measure out now then, yeah?
I don't actually remember where.
So boys,
I did put my name on it though.
we are nearing the end of the podcast. Is there anything else you want to say?
Don't think so. We covered a lot of shit.
Ron's
got a lot of
Ron's
shit.
really tall. No,
I'll
but
believe it.
to be honest, he's, you know what?
8'9".
No, 8'11". Oh, he's 8'9". So he's put it down.
Okay, he's okay.
Is there any final things you want to say?
Okay, fine. All I have to say is I miss Tobey, and Ron's 8'11".
I think Ron is 9'1".
I mean, like, we all miss Toby. We want to see him here one day.
Let's finish on our final thought about what we liked about 2020. So one thing you liked about 2020, starting with Joseph Morlin.
Free time.
Free time.
Free time. That's it. That's
Yeah.
literally it. Free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron's face is like disgust. He's like, oh, those peasant labourers.
You are tank top. Disgusting.
Like,
KeyRon.
I don't know. Like, I don't have one good thing. Like,
What was good for you 2020? If you think?
It's quite relaxing.
Getting like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Come back to me.
Pussy? Is that what you were gonna say?
So pussy.
Social distance.
This is inappropriate.
Social distancing, yeah. Oh, like that,
Yeah, okay.
That's good,
Social
actually.
distancing
Yeah.
from people I don't like.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, people you don't want to hug when you see it. Go, oh, give me a hug. Fuck off.
Especially when we were still working, there were some people
Mr.
that they
Henry.
moved away from me on purpose because they had to.
Did I tell you about that actually? When the bars opened up, all of us have a good friend. I won't mention his name, and he has another friend that we're not friends with, Mr. H. Welsh.
Oh, Ryan.
and
Quiet night, lad.
No, I'm not gonna.
No one's going to understand what you're talking about. It's just
A pint of dog fruits.
he's a Welsh guy who's an alcoholic.
I shot.
And on like an ankle retainer.
I
Whoa.
saw Jamie. Said
Jimmy
hi.
Kane, yeah.
Said hi.
Yeah.
So it's me. I don't know the name of. Said hi. And then Ryan went in for a handshake, and I was like, "Oh, COVID, mate." You can't even.
So wait, you hugged Jamie in front of him, and then you didn't shake Ryan's hand. So you said COVID.
COVID.
So you basically grabbed Jamie,
Yeah.
give him a hug, give him a kiss, and then this other guy comes up to you and you say, "No, mate, COVID, sorry."
I don't know.
That's great. That's actually, I'll take that as well. I'll take that as a positive.
No, social. Ron, I agree. Social distancing.
Yeah.
Good.
But you both said, I don't know now. You said my thing. Separation of people.
Yeah. What do you like best about 2020? You have a podcast now. That's pretty good.
I don't like it though.
It's fucking horrible.
I'm a Ron.
Oh, I think I like that it's given me some perspective.
On your sins.
Gay. Right. On that shit note, okay? Let's open up. So the final tally, Ron, what is your height? Your actual height? Your actual
6'3.5 inches.
6'3.5 inches. We finished on 9'1".
Bitch.
Okay, let's see who's won the game. So we have Ron on 20 points, Joe on 17. I'm not competing. I didn't compete, but
Mine is scrunched up.
yeah, they're all scrunched up.
Oh shit.
Mine's actually at the top of my page.
Oh, you cheated.
I did not cheat.
Right, Ron put 13'5".
I didn't know how this was going to go.
There were 5 points. But if I get the 5 points, then you don't get them. So do you understand?
What was your? Oh, did you write one down as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yes!
Oh,
awesome.
so that's what I'm saying. That's why you should.
Awesome. Okay.
So if I get them, you don't get the points. You still lose. Okay?
Fuck.
Okay.
It gets the job done. What? You can't just move your eyes. I need an answer.
Okay. So Ron started with 13'5". He would like to be.
Okay,
Joe.
for the record, I would like to be 6'7".
Why would you like to be that tall? You'd have heart issues. Okay, fair
Probably
enough.
not, right? Harbor blue whale.
Okay. Joe, we finished on 9'1", put at 8'11". However,
No.
What did you do?
Joe, I'm so sorry, mate.
No!
Calvin finished on 12'8". You got the 5 points, mate.
I'm never going back to Gorgie ever again!
Joe finishes with 22 points.
That's my age! It's the year I die.
Oh dear.
You win, mate. You
I'd
win.
like to thank Toby, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, and not you, Dad, you didn't give me a Christmas present this year. I'd like to thank the KBeatBot Podcast for having me on.
Talking about Christmas presents, right?
Oh, the kids still go on.
Nah. So like, as friends, we don't usually give presents to people unless it's organised Secret Santa. But I just want to point out, it's not been on the podcast yet. As a YouTube sensation,
Yeah.
the KBeatBot has gained some followers,
Yeah.
Some.
Sure, yeah.
right?
People.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with YouTubers, but when they get to, I think it's 1 million, they get like a bronze plaque that has a play button in it that they hang on the wall. When they get to 100 million, and then when they get more than that, right? So bronze,
Yeah,
silver,
like
gold.
1, 10, 100, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we don't believe Kelvin's
is
gonna get
this?
that far in his life.
Thanks, Ron.
he's gonna die soon, so that's fine. So to mark a special occasion in the BeatBot podcast, we present Kelvin with a plaque
It's funny because he presented
that
us.
is
but-
2D, so it's very
Yeah,
flat,
do you remember that?
and it says presented to the KBeatBot podcast.
KBeatBot.
Alright, you know what? I'll present it because I'm
Thank you.
okay, I'm John YouTube.
Right.
Congratulations, Kelvin!
Thank you.
We give you this plaque that says our name, YouTube!
Wrong with it.
Presented to the KBeatBot Podcast. Congratulations on passing 10 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm losing subscribers. That's fine.
There's no frame, just paper.
Thank you.
Smoke
That's 3
it.
of these. Thank you, Ron.
It's
I
3,
appreciate it.
0.
Can I have one?
The idea
You
is
can. Thank you. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for your support.
Don't fail us. Bye.
I'm very emotional right now.
Oh, where'd that guy go? Wow. John YouTube. He went away.
Shut up. Okay. Yeah, I will cherish this. Thank you, Ron. This is all Ron's work. He took time, so thank you, Ron.
Bullshit.
I took
And
3 minutes.
I've heard that before, Ron. So.
That's all you need.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for all my subscribers, all my 11 of subscribers.
So the portrait does say surpassing 10.
on passing, but I could lose.
So he has
2 more.
passed 10 when I gave it to him.
But if
I
I lose 2 more, I need to burn this.
If I unsubscribe
Just give
today,
it back to me. I'll give it back to you.
Yeah,
when you
I'll
get
return
to
it.
11 again.
the next step is 100.
So
Sure, this year.
in the box that was presented to Kelvin, there are 3 posters. Now they're all identical right now, but when he passes 100, he can score out 10
Yeah.
and write the 100.
Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show that on right now. So thank you, Ron. We'll have to wrap up there. You
Yeah.
guys, anything else to say?
It was a good year.
Good
It was
final
all,
year.
Fun year. Fun
nothing
year.
bad happened.
It was fun.
It was good.
Yeah.
And we should do this every year. If we're not dead.
Ironically, I think this year's somehow going to be worse for me. 2020 was alright year for me. For the rest of the world, not so much.
Everyone's going to hate what you just said, okay?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Well, thank you boys for coming along. I do appreciate it. Thank you for socially distancing yourself.
Get close to the mic. Get close to the
Stop
mic.
touching, okay? And
been
yeah,
good.
if you are listening, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, KBeatBot Podcast, and
Follow me on Instagram, KeyRon _
oh yeah,
Watson.
shout out your socials.
He's got a Ronlyfans at ronlyfans.com/Ron
It's juicy.
and Ciaran Watson, but don't try to spell it. We'll put it in the description. Follow me on Instagram, but don't actually, because I don't really do much work. At Joe Morlin, I guess if you want to. I'm kind of handsome, but that's all I have to offer. So to be honest,
That's his entire tag, right?
I'll put their socials in the description, and thank you for listening, and goodbye. Fuck you, 2020. Thank you.
Woo!
Yes.
keep the change.